Shout out to the minister.
On Sabray's behalf.
Wait, what? What happened?
She said, shout out to the minister.
Shout out to the minister. Shout out to the minister, okay? We're going to keep his voice alive. What's up, everybody? I am Sabray.
Okay. I'm Yada.
I'm Sean.
And this is No Disclaimers Podcast, the best show in the motherfucking DMV.
When the fuck we start doing that?
Excuse me, bitch. Like,
What?
We do a cohesive, like,
right,
when the
run it
fuck
back.
did you start?
And you are.
Hey, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry.
Nah, don't run
I'm
that
Yada.
shit back. No, I don't
She
know.
tried to leave y'all alone.
Continue.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to prop us up real quick.
Hold up real quick. Hold
Yeah.
up, right? Sean. And this is
No Disclaimers Podcast.
You just cut us. This is no disclaimers.
I'm sorry.
Whack ass Millie Rock.
Surprised.
The fuck?
Oh, that wasn't Millie Rock. But listen, I just
That was
wanted.
a
I
Milky
just
Rock.
surprised to. That was a Milky Rock. Shout out to myself and Sweet Baby Brains and my brand of barbecue sauce because I got the sauce and the drip. But listen,
Where
hold
can we
on.
find
Please
this
don't play
barbecue
the
sauce
drip.
at? Whole Foods?
You can go on my Instagram right now, Mr. Bray.
Please don't play the drip. Please.
Hey,
Please.
you
Nah,
know
don't even.
the drip coming. But listen, I just wanted to say, like, one time for us, we are the best show on the DMV. Who better? Nobody. Exactly. We got two wonderful guests. Please introduce yourselves real quick.
I'm Anthony. This is my artist, Gustavo Liriano.
From the Good Grief family out of North Carolina, making his way into the DMV.
Okay. First of all, why you say my artist like you own him like that?
Take my shit from
This
her.
is my property.
But you know what I'm saying? I gotta represent.
No,
It's
no,
my
no.
artist. We gotta represent
Take
them
no
well.
shit
You know what I'm
from
saying?
Don't take no
So-
shit from me. I'm just joking.
Man, don't put her
No
in
shit
fucking
taken, man.
No. So please expand on what you guys are doing, what y'all got going on, what y'all promoting, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so we own a public relations and marketing company, Pandemic Public Relations.
Okay.
You can find us on IG, Pandemic PR, pandemic.pr, that is. I ran into G, met him through my partner, Curtis. Curtis told me he had somebody at work who just filthy with the raps, just filthy with the lyrics.
Okay.
And he said he was from North Carolina. He wasn't from. I'm like, all right, so I want to check some more. Check him out some more. So I meet up with G. First of all, Curtis told me about G's situation. If y'all don't know, G has cerebral palsy. I first heard his music before even knowing he had cerebral palsy. Listening to this man, I couldn't tell nothing was wrong with him.
I would have never guessed it.
Got in the room with him, sat down with him, had a few conversations. Nothing wrong with this man. So we love his music, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we can get the fans to support some more. And yeah, he just dropped a mixtape, Rent Due. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
You can see the smile on his face. Go ahead. I'm going to let you expand on it.
So Rent Due was, and my bad about that too. Rent Due was supposed to drop on the 3rd, but it ended up dropping a day late because we was trying to get some real clearances and shit taken care of. Because my man, he produced for Fab and Wale, and like I kept using his name, but they was trying to say I ain't know the nigga and shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
hate.
Wow.
It's
Then I
so much
had
stuff
to
you got to
get a
go
whole
through.
bunch of shit. We've been going through it for like a week. It was been posted. It been posted and shit. So you know, we could cuss, right?
Yeah.
No disclaimers. This ain't PG-13.
So-
This NC-17 over here.
So like they released it late and shit, so it really came out like this morning. But we've been going up. It been looking, the response been looking real good, and then you guys having me here is a great thing too. Because I like to see black businesses thrive, and we gotta help each other.
Support.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's all about.
We like to
hear
see black businesses and artists thrive as well. So.
Of course.
That's what we all about.
Especially Sabray.
Hell
I
yeah.
just told y'all she don't like white people.
I never said that.
Do you like white people?
I love all of God's children.
Right, but
Do you like
people?
white people?
We didn't say God's children.
I don't
we said
know
white
any.
people.
I don't personally. I don't know of any white people that I don't really know that many white people. So let me just say that.
The
So,
white people you know, do you like
I don't
them?
really know. Yeah.
You don't-
Are they your
friends.
clients? Are they paying you?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Do you know any white people that don't pay you that you like?
I don't know any white people that don't pay me.
Got you.
So it's hard
So
to
pretty
say.
much there goes the answer.
They white, but that money's still blue and green, baby.
You hear me?
I can second her notion on her feelings towards them. Cause
I never
got
said that. That's
some of
not
the-
my notion.
I got some of the same feelings.
It's her notion,
but
like
that's
shit.
cool. You know what I mean?
You don't gotta lie, Craig.
I mean, this is my thing. How is it relevant to anything? Like, my feelings towards white people, I feel to them what they feel to me. I love reciprocating energy.
Gotcha.
Right.
So you don't like what?
Gotcha.
In layman's terms, no, she does not.
Do y'all, I don't know. I mean, that's kind of a weird question. That's like, if you ask a white person, do you like black people? I mean, what are they going to say?
Yeah, I got a black
3
friend.
black friends.
I got a black friend, Dante.
I wish
he works
I had
in the
a-
mailroom. I talk to him. I talk to him at lunch.
Work with 50 million white people,
Yeah.
so we have
I bought
to
a Chipotle
interact with
once. He said he forgot his card. Yeah, I have black friends.
I
He
wish,
said, Dante in the mailroom, please leave me the fuck alone.
I don't even go mad. I like the fact that I'm an entrepreneur and I can like insulate myself and like choose and pick and choose who I'm around and stuff like that. I think that's definitely a good benefit. But I mean, hey, if it's a white person out there that want to give me some game on like some financial shit or whatever, that's trying to leak some information about some white supremacists in a community or something, I fuck with them.
That's one.
But that's the thing. They don't do that. If you got some if you a white person, you willing to put on blast the white supremacists that you know are white supremacists in your community, I fuck with you. I love those white people.
You just contradicted yourself
That's
because
three.
the other episode we said that, and you was like, "Oh no, they're not doing anything
No.
for us."
They don't really whistleblow on the unless it's like an
Explain to white
obvious,
people that whistleblow.
like snitch on the white
their
supremacists
own.
in your motherfucking community. Let us know who about to shoot up a school. You know what I'm saying? Let us know.
They
who
don't
about
fucking
to
know
shoot
that.
up a- Yes, they do.
School.
Yes, they do. Let us know who got those feelings.
They don't know
Who
that.
your family member that's in law enforcement that feels some type of way about black people. Let us know what areas to avoid.
Do you be snitching on your people? Why would you
No.
snitch on your family member? That has nothing to do. Like that's blood.
I
Leave it on race.
wouldn't do it, but you ask me with white people, I'd be cool with.
Oh,
So
okay.
they-
So no white people.
But they don't.
You keep talking about white unicorns.
They don't reciprocate well with some. They don't reciprocate well with some parts of like black culture at all. You know, like they.
You from North Carolina, so you done seen some shit.
Yeah, I used to like literally every day get on the bus and we be getting down this one neighborhood and it'd be a big ass Confederate flag flying.
Yeah, so
every
come
day.
on, man.
So I had to watch that growing up. I watched my dad get snatched out the car and slammed on his face in the mud while my little sister was in the back in a seatbelt.
Yeah, that's
The police was racist. They thought he was a drug dealer, patting him down and all this shit. Come to find out, they didn't find nothing on him. That was when he was like straight and legit.
yeah.
I seen it.
Was in a dope day.
But I'm just saying, but, you know what I'm saying?
He was clean that day.
He was just clean, period, because he had us, I guess. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? I ain't gonna,
He ain't gonna ride dirty with the kids.
yeah, I ain't gonna put my man behind the bars.
yeah.
You feel me? But like they don't reciprocate well. You know, we work with a lot of they don't really fuck with us, but they act like they fuck with us
Yeah.
when it's time for potlucks and shit like that. They take their culture. You know what I mean?
And that's the main time I don't
Hey,
fuck
they know
with
we
them
gonna
because I don't
bring
want your
Popeyes.
bland ass
They
fucking
know you gonna have
food.
some chicken.
They know our food gonna have seasoning.
When it's time
I
for
don't fuck 'em.
business, and getting certain game and getting certain information, I'll fuck with whoever, Asian, white, whoever the fuck.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to who I want up in my house or who I want, you know what I'm saying? I could be just as prejudiced as I want.
That's your
where I
personal
pay,
space, so
where I
that's-
pay mortgage
yeah.
at, okay? Or something like that, you know. But I haven't met a white person yet who I feel like I would consider them a friend based off of how their ideals and different things like that. So, but I do business with them.
To reiterate, no, you don't like them. You
I wouldn't
basically you've
generalize.
taken the scenic route to say you don't like them.
Those are your words, not mine.
Or you could use their word. I don't prefer. That's what they like to use.
I prefer Black American. That's like
Yeah.
they prefer Caucasian.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
I hear that.
that's
Alright.
kind of like we could be friends if your son play football with my son and shit. You feel me? But other than that,
Yeah.
we ain't gonna be hanging around each other.
So you said you do music. You are a rap artist, and you said you have cerebral palsy.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
So it's basically it's when you don't get enough oxygen to the brain during the birth.
Mm-hmm.
But mine's happened to be caused by the hospital. Like,
Really?
yeah, I wasn't like my mom was having a perfect delivery at some time or another, but they had until something was wrong earlier in and didn't let my parents know. And then when I was born,
typical.
yeah.
Typical.
So when I was born upside down or some shit like that. and came out the wrong way, didn't get enough oxygen to the brain, caused my limbs to go limp and be crippling.
So how does that affect you today? Like just regular everyday life, not to even mention like being an artist.
Shit, my I gotta give all the thanks to God and my dad. Like my dad a real nigga. Like real. Like nigga, you get your motherfucking ass up. What you doing? Like every day. Still to this day he called me. I'm 30-something years old. This nigga still call me and yell at me. Yo, what the fuck is you doing? Why you down? You know what I mean? Get your ass up. So if I hadn't had that, I'd probably be sitting somewhere in a wheelchair.
Damn.
I ain't even gonna hold you.
He ain't let you feel sad for yourself.
Right.
Because you can't.
Or complacent.
Yeah.
I've never encountered someone with cerebral palsy that I wouldn't have known if you didn't say it. I wouldn't have known because and you know I've in the instances where I've encountered people who have it's been so much worse, like crippling, or they have the crutches, you know, or they're in a wheelchair. Like I've never seen I would have never guessed it.
I'm glad you just educated me. I always
Did
saw
y'all
the
run that
Science
down
and Kirk's. The Science and Kirk commercials. Now, I'm not even telling you how
They
they
do. They be like, if you got cerebral palsy, Herb's palsy, just call this number and shit. They ain't
Did
gonna
y'all
give you no
call?
bag.
I'm about to say, did she run the bag up there?
So my father is the type of nigga he don't like welfare.
That ain't well.
Nigga, they owe you.
Now I know, but he was on some shit like I'm mad at them. Let's find out if we could get them.
Oh, he's trying to find out where they live at.
let's get them, let's go holler at them.
Oh.
Like I'm mad at them back then because he was young.
Yeah.
So but my mom, she never called a number, but I snuck off and called a number before, and they told my ass I wasn't getting shit because I was already getting disability, and then they found out I was working. So I
That's still bullshit though.
I didn't quit.
If it's
That bag was probably bigger. I would have
because the work bag is actually bigger than the disability bag.
For sure.
But I just feel like the
How about
bag
the
should have
lawsuit
came
bag?
from the lawsuit
If
bag.
I would have got it, but my mother has passed. Like that's who this is on this hand.
How old were you?
When my mom passed, 17.
Oh wow.
I just feel like
That's
that's definitely a lawsuit bag though, especially when it's hospital induced. But that's a big problem in healthcare is that they don't listen to black women.
They don't.
They don't. They don't listen to black maternal mortality rate is hundreds of % higher than that of non-black women, and it's ridiculous when we telling you it's something wrong and they don't listen and they disregard it, and then you dead after you having a baby.
What hospital was this? Because you my brother.
Kings
we can
County
go in this.
Hospital.
Okay.
In Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, okay, bet.
County Hospital.
And I was gonna touch on what you were saying. My wife probably going into labor at any moment, and she's scared shitless because she don't know. You know what I'm saying? What anything could happen. I seen a video the other day of doctors dropping a baby on their head.
Yeah, I seen that shit.
And then moving on as if nothing ever happened. And then this baby got complications later on down the road. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So stuff like that, and appreciate it. And then not only that, my wife is sitting here picking specific doctors.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's just crazy that you can't trust every single doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's wild.
Listen.
You can tell.
But doctors are regular people. We put them on this high. They make mistakes. They don't care. So I see what you're saying.
Cheat code though, real quick. Let me give you the cheat code. I saw this. Someone tweeted this, and I had to pay it forward. But they said basically anytime a doctor refuses you treatment or medication or something, tests, anything because you feel like something is wrong and they refuse it, tell them to make sure they document that refusal in your chart and see how fast you get it. Then they'll reconsider.
I saw that and I thought that was dope.
Yep, because as soon as they refuse it, when you have to document that, they don't want that paper trail as to them giving you poor care. When you know your body, you know when something's not right. Let them know, like, hey, can I get something for this? And they tell you no. Okay, can you document that in my chart? You'll get it ASAP.
Or if you want to extra test something, you're like, something don't feel right here. I wanted to scan or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Even if they're like, oh no, you'll be fine. Like, still make them do that shit.
Exactly.
You pay insurance for that.
Right, it's my dime that's paying for this one way or another.
And they don't know what you feeling.
Right.
You're the only person that know what you feeling.
Even if you don't feel a motherfucking thing, if you want something like a scan or whatever, I don't know what people, you know what I'm saying? But if you want something extra, make sure you get that shit.
Remember I told y'all Bino found a bean in his ear, and they was like, oh, it's just normal. Put olive oil in it. So I did that for a couple of days, and then Bino was kept on his ear, and his mother hit me. Was like, it's something black in there, and I was like, what? We really had to hold him down. This nigga stuck a bean in his ear. I said, how did the doctor not see a bean in his fucking ear?
Now, granted, doctors are human or whatever, and they're flawed, but we're not talking about
There's no way you're missing
being
that.
human. We're not talking about human error. We're talking about negligence,
exactly.
and just the fact that they see a lot of stuff every day and they take for granted certain small things, and they just don't care about people equally. They just don't. Statistics shows that.
It's no way they should have missed the Beano. I'm sorry. When you use that little scope to look in the ear, you can look in my ear and tell me my ear is inflamed or infected, but you couldn't see a beam. The fact that you couldn't see past that motherfucker,
this was a huge like Mexican pinto bean too.
But
first of all, Beano wild as shit for that.
And plus, but they quick. They won't give you certain tests, or they'll downplay a lot of stuff. But at the same time, they'll make sure you get all the vaccines, these poisonous ass vaccines and flu shots and shit like that.
Say what you want about flu shots, but don't speak on vaccines because the bitch ain't caught measles yet, and I'm really grateful for that.
Listen, do not. Okay, there's been a recent interview from Reza Islam. I don't know if y'all familiar. If y'all not, y'all might want to go check him out. He was on Sway in the Morning talking about the vaccines and how it relates to autism today, especially in Black boys. Now, it's affecting all kids, but it's mostly affecting Black boys. And there are alternatives or whatever. I'm not going to get into what people should do, whether they should vaccinate their children or not. But I do know that if you have a child, especially a Black boy, try to spread the vaccines out. Don't let them all get them in one sitting or in 2 visits or whatever like that. Like, spread them out because it's something about they don't have enough estrogen to fight off. You know, the mercury is so much high levels of mercury that causes the autism. That's why more kids have autism now than like ever
I was
before.
wondering, like, I don't know much about autism, but it seems like more kids like have it now.
I feel like it's also an influx of. I don't feel like it's always appropriately diagnosed, but that's just my personal opinion. But I be feeling like it's super weird for me only when people who have been vaccinated speak out against vaccination. Not saying what you're saying because it I feel like it is a issue with the spacing and the combinations. Like, I'm combining these 3 vaccinations together. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Yeah. But I feel like I'm definitely pro-vax because the last thing you need is your child catching some sort of disease that we eradicated 75 years ago because you didn't vax them. But people be speaking from the safety of their own vaccinated immune systems when they say, oh, no, don't vax your kids. You're vaccinated. That's why you don't have polio.
Well, how they get the disease if we eradicate it? That means it's non-existent.
You like to think so, but that's the whole logic is that what the vaccine does is it injects a small amount of the virus into your system for you to build antibodies to fight it. So you combat it and it keeps you from getting it because your body now recognizes it. It's already built strength up against it versus, you just catching it raw basically.
But you see how America do, they'll do that and then also add in some other toxic shit. So it's like you really do have to be careful and choose which ones. Like if they give you 5, be like, maybe I don't need all 5. My child don't need all of them, and then they don't need them all together. I don't know. I just think you should do your research because Reza Islam, when he speaks on it, he's never been vaccinated because, of religious reasons and stuff like that. And then his mother was a holistic doctor, so they have the information. The problem with us is that we don't have the information. We just do whatever the doctors. Black people historically just do whatever the doctors say.
Because you think they're doctors. They know they're the experts.
Right.
You don't question anybody else. You don't question a mechanic when they go there because you're like, true. They're the mechanic.
Yeah.
But the problem is like, so I don't know, just to go into that, but like, the foods that we eat are foods of our past. I'm vegan, right? Like I don't eat no meat, no cheese, no
sorry
nothing.
to hear that.
That's what's up.
I've been doing it for like 21 days now.
I definitely thought you was
so you like amateur vegan. You got an intermediate vegan.
But I thought you was about to say 21 years or something. You really played with us.
I was like, oh, this nigga really doing it.
You fucking played with us.
I did. My bad.
So you still in the dating period. You ain't married to this shit.
I was a vegetarian before this.
Okay.
For like a whole year.
Okay.
Like,
kudos
so I
to
just
you
went
for
back
not
to it.
making that the first thing you ever said to us, though, because I swear to God, that's what be so annoying about vegans.
Nah.
You'd be like, hi, my name is such and such. I'm
hey, hi,
vegan.
nice to meet you.
I'm not gonna do that because you have to get to that point in your own self. You know what I'm saying? I still wear regular clothes. I ain't about to say
you ever met a vegan with a leather coat on? Because that's wild as shit.
You might meet me with one. I'm eating well. I'm just using it to eat well and heal my body because a lot of my family members had.
It's not about your fight for animals.
You want to cut that nigga. Yeah, you want to cut a jacket and make a jacket shit. But
so you ain't with that PETA shit.
Hell nah.
Yeah, got you.
Nah.
Nigga, this mink all on the floor. Fuck you mean?
I ain't with it, but it's all about like. I just want y'all to take a second and think like with us, we eat stuff from slavery.
Yes.
I know it sounds crazy as fuck.
No, we talk about that.
But like we put a ham hock, all this other shit in there. You feel me? That shit tastes real good. I'm from the South. That shit, it tastes lovely.
I've never had a ham hock.
Lovely.
You didn't have ham hock? You ain't
never had
collard
ham hock?
greens?
Yeah, it's smoked turkey and my collard greens.
Okay, so y'all do a little bit better up here, but like down south, them motherfuckers don't do that.
Yeah.
They grease it up and throw it in there, and mix it in there,
That's what my mother do.
and put the macaroni and cheese.
A lot
on
of
the side
our
that
folks
shit.
come from the South. A lot of us have family from the Carolinas, so
So y'all
they
from
bring
there,
that
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
Where you from?
Shout out to my
Sumter?
uncle. Shout out to my uncle Charlemagne. You know what
God,
I'm saying?
get the fuck off this nigga dick. God damn.
Dang, I gotta be. That's my uncle. Why
You
would
call
you
that
say
nigga when that's your uncle, your uncle.
Yeah, that's wild as shit.
What?
You wild as shit.
Fuck.
The
I
back-
definitely, I feel you though. I
Your
feel
uncle
you.
said
You
he was
we
gonna
gotta
suck a
be
nigga
more.
dick.
Wow.
That's his business.
Yikes.
He
I
did
put the
say
That's
nigga
your
on
uncle.
me.
That's some wildest shit.
Okay, we
Niggas
gon-
don't even joke like that.
We
What
gonna
does that
segue
have
right
to-
past that because that's wild as shit.
Yeah, exactly. Right, Yada. Yeah, wild as shit, right?
That's just Tootsie Roll
It's
Yeah.
wild. My uncle Loki might be a little, you know what I'm saying? But I love him
Yeah.
still. All right,
Put
no,
the
no,
whole
no.
uncle in the trash.
No.
I get what. No, you're right though. We absolutely have to be a lot more cognizant of what we put in our bodies, especially with everything being so processed now. Like
Yeah.
things are not. You don't really know what you're eating these days. Like you think it's one thing, but
Yeah.
I went to buy some ginger root. I said, oh, I got some ginger root, because I make the tea. And I said, organic ginger root. I said,
he's like,
how
should it
can you
all
make
be
fake
organic?
ginger root? Like,
Yeah.
All the
They
Well,
do,
it's not
they do.
fake. It's
And
just no.
preservatives.
It's no. It's,
Yeah.
But honestly, the criteria to qualify for organic isn't nearly as pure as you like to think it is.
That's true.
It's just like it could still have pesticides. It's just not a certain level of pesticides
Yeah.
in
And
order
then,
to qualify.
as you know, being vegan a lot, and I say we because I eat vegan sometimes, but I'm not a vegan or vegetarian.
But you
or whatever.
working towards it.
But no, I'm
No,
really
she
not.
not.
I just like eating vegan meals
just
and
like
vegetarian
chlorophyll.
meals, and then I also like eating other, regular meals as well.
She
I
just like
just don't think
chlorophyll.
I don't think that people should eat meat with every single meal.
I
I
can
agree
agree
with
with
that.
that.
I can
You
agree
feel
with
me?
that.
So as far
It's
as the
so
lifestyle,
heavy.
it is, and it has a lot of fat in it, and it has a lot of those toxins in it. But a lot of times, and as being vegan, that you can replace meat-based toxins with plant-based toxins.
Yeah.
Because of how they're just reproducing the
Yeah.
food, the best thing you could do is just try to be as conscious as you can. Develop like relationships with like local farmers, because there are some. Then you got some grocery stores in the area that do business with local farmers. You'll see it at Wegmans where they'll have like a little card where they'll say,
Aldi does.
Aldi, probably, yeah, I don't know, but hopefully different places have
That
those
Amish
options.
market or something.
The Amish
That
market.
market, yeah.
So, we can't do it all, but stay away from the cans and the jars and the, all of this overly processed meat.
Glory
Because
greens.
it's really not hard for you to do it yourself, though, and that's the
It's
thing.
not.
A lot of people don't realize that making your own
lazy.
sauces and things, it really does not
Takes
take
time.
a shit
It
ton
don't.
of effort. And
Just some research.
it tastes so much better. Like you can literally figure out. You YouTube everything else.
Yeah.
Like you can YouTube and make your own sauce, so you're not going for the jars and the cans and things like that. Because the main thing you don't want to do is let somebody else control the content of your food. You buying shit in cans, they seasoning that how they want to. It's all that sodium and
Sodium
all that
crazy.
processed crap in there versus you buying something fresh and you have complete control over.
I hate
If
to
it-
sound like a bitter bitch, but you really make time for what you want to. When
Yeah.
people like, I don't have time to prepare food, I'm like, it doesn't take that fucking long.
Yeah, it really
Don't
does.
get me wrong.
especially if you
Sometimes
know
I
price.
don't, but then sometimes I do. So
Yeah.
look.
But it's all about balance. Sometimes you can, and sometimes you can't.
Right.
But at least you put forth that effort when the times that you can, that you actually choose
You just gotta
that.
eat shit in moderation.
Yeah.
But see, where me and Curtis work at, them motherfuckers just eat everything, bro. Like, that shit is the worst. Like,
You listen. You only have one body. You know what I'm saying? Unless you pay for your ass and titties, then you might have a second life. But I'm
Wow,
talking about.
chill off me.
Chill.
It's like
Chill. I need some ab sketching.
I'm about to
'cause
buy
I'm
you-
trying to get
No,
my
but
summer
seriously,
body
Cardi B
ready.
kit.
It's like your quality of life. I just wish more people, and I think that a lot of millennials especially are thinking
I
about
hate
that.
word.
Well, it is what the fuck it is, okay? But it just like you only got one body, and we all want to get old, but we all want to have a good quality of life when we old. We don't want to be 60, having heart attacks, and 50 having niggas. John Singleton just died of a heart attack or something like that, or a
Stroke.
stroke.
Yep.
At 50 years old,
Oh, that
or
could've been
52.
anything.
Well, see, the thing about a stroke,
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying.
Hypertension.
No, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But,
that's
no,
stress.
I-
it could be diet related because some people that dealt with that have
no,
it's related
I agree
to
with
diet.
you. When you eat different, you feel different. You wake up, you're not groggy. You're more. Even if you hate your job, it's like okay, I
still
can,
go.
I can
You
get
feel
up.
lighter when you wake up.
Put
too.
full
Like,
time out, your libido is different. You know what I'm
Hey.
saying? As you get older, like I don't think men take like it's certain stuff that I just cut out because I'm like, yo, my dick don't get hard like it used to. I want to keep. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like 18, you fucking all day. all night, back to back rounds, like this and that. Like now it'd be like, babe, I just want to watch Netflix.
I just want to cuddle.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm really into this
niggas
movie.
Think they be more sensitive as they get older. Really, they just don't get as hard as they used to.
But that's what I'm telling you. Like, it's real. But like, if you cut out certain shit, and your body's like a car. Like, if you don't take care of your car, if you don't get the filter change, oil change, of course it's going to break down on you. But
Stop
if you
using
take care
that
of your
lowest
car,
price gas, man.
it's going to run right, and that's what your body is. It's going to give you what you put into it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, eat your motherfucking vegetables and drink your water.
And when you're counting calories, you got to remember that it's not just about a caloric count. It's about not putting empty calories into your body, because you can have a calorie deficit, but if you putting bullshit in your body, it's not going to run. You're still going to be lethargic. You're not supposed to get tired after you eat. When you eat, you're not supposed to get the itis. The itis means you're filling your body with bullshit.
And you're eating too much food.
Yeah, so slow it down and drink a gallon a day.
Yeah, because when you get the itis, it's like the fat content in your blood is like your blood is trying to break down or some shit, all the fat that you put in it. And actually, like, that's why they say don't eat before you give blood, because if you eat like a burger, like I saw a documentary, somebody like ate a burger and fries and milkshake, then they gave blood, and literally the blood sat and the fat separated from the blood, like water and oil.
Yeah, that shit's sick, man.
Get rid of that Henny, fellas. I'm telling you.
But another thing,
so you don't have that Winnie the Pooh guy.
That they gotta worry about, like, who you sleeping with too. Like, y'all, I know that sounds crazy.
Nah, speak on it.
Like,
no, it doesn't.
like
niggas
niggas will have a bunch of girls, but they don't be messing with the same girls. They go get a bunch more girls. Like, I'm just saying from a man's standpoint. Like, I got 3 girls and I go get 3 more bitches. You feel me?
Speak on
I'm
that.
gonna just keep sleeping with the same bitches, because that's a healthy trait. And then you eventually go to one woman. And that's a healthy trait. I don't want to call y'all bitches, women bitches.
No, it's some bitches though.
No,
it's bitches though.
If it walks like a duck and quack like a duck, it's a bitch.
So like basically they go and sleep with different women. They don't keep a same consistent pattern. It's just like your body consistency. Once you got consistency inside your body, it start exuding all that bad shit. Like, I've been vegan just for a few days, but she'll tell you I get up like 30 minutes early now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I be up meditating. I be on some shit. Like, I be working out.
Sleep.
I go work out. I don't sleep. They'll tell you. I be in the group chat at like 4
You should maybe just
o'clock.
go to sleep. Like,
So wait, back to the 3 bitches.
Hold on, I would have to disagree with you on one point. I'm not speaking for myself, but like me and my niggas and we talking, ain't no pussy like new pussy.
New pussy cool.
Keep that new pussy rotating.
But this is what I'm telling you.
cut this nigga off.
If you live off kinetic things, chemistry.
Right.
Everything is chemistry. We live off of like kinetic energy. Like, I connected with y'all when I walked in the door because y'all was already having the conversation I would be having. You feel me? So like that energy. So you sleeping with a bitch that ain't got the same energy as you, you gonna come home and be sluggish like that bitch too. And then you gonna eventually start looking like her.
We'll shrug it off though.
Huh?
We'll shrug it off.
I agree. I think that level of intimacy is definitely an exchange of energies. So I feel what you're saying. Absolutely.
That's some wisdom right there.
No, my man, like, he was telling me he went celibate for a year. I'm like, he said it's the most focused I've ever been. He said shit that I was trying to get accomplished like for 6 months, I was getting accomplished like for 1 month. I was just talking to Fat AJ about it, and he was like, "Yo, that shit true." Like, have y'all ever like did like a social media like cleanse, and then you didn't tune into like Instagram or like Twitter, and you be like, "Yo, I'm getting a lot of work done." That shit is a distraction.
Yo, it's for sure it is. For sure, I've been the most in these past couple of months. I've been laser. I've gotten so much shit done.
Cause you stopped wearing them robes.
Well, weirdly enough for me though,
stop wearing them Doctor Strange robes.
I have purged from social media before, but weirdly enough, it's never really been all that much of a distraction for me. I've always managed to handle business regardless. So for me, it's not that big of a.
You know how to cut it off, though.
I can unplug.
I've always said that.
Different.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Because there's a lot of women that what I'm in that regard. Because I know a lot of women and men are different. Yes, but when it comes to social media and the distractions, I've heard women just as many women say that as men.
Right.
And but like Yada and I. I look at social media as a tool more than just leisure, and I'd rather be off my phone anyway, just because my phone always is going off. So I don't have that issue.
No Steve Harvey shit. Niggas is using social media to get bitches. Y'all not using social media.
No, for sure. No,
and I'm not saying all men. And men are weak for flesh. I don't think women are weak for flesh. Hold on. Hold on. For the men that you like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Men like it be different bitches like, oh shit, he heard this and that like. y'all that causes a distraction. You know what I'm saying? A lot of relationships last too long because of just physical. How many bad relationships you been in because like it was going right, but damn, the pussy or the dick was too good. And you like,
okay, fact.
It lasted way too long.
Why are you bringing up ocean?
No, yeah, I feel what you're saying for sure.
Like, okay, are y'all taking a break from dick? Okay. Not too.
I mean,
define.
And I wasn't trying to put y'all business.
Define.
I don't think a lot of men are voluntarily taking a break from pussy.
Well, I'm not voluntarily taking a break from dick. It's just that I'm very choosy and selective, so that it's not like a get on the.
What's the minimum to qualify as
G
a
made a
break?
good point. Men don't be picky.
And
I can't generalize, but sometimes like, if the pussy there, I'm gonna take it. It's a layup. It's a free throw. I'm gonna take it.
What qualifies as a break though? Like how long? Like 3 days?
No, like a couple weeks.
No, like 6 months.
No,
because
it hasn't been 6
three
months.
weeks might just be like you didn't have the access to pussy. You know what I'm saying?
A break is a break. It all depends on how much you're doing.
So a break of 2 days.
So it's like, yeah,
we all got breaks in.
I didn't fucking every day. I want a break.
We all got breaks in.
But this the thing too. This the thing. Well, some people don't got breaks. There's some freaky ass people out here.
Yeah.
There's some freaky ass people.
But you
out
think
here.
it's one person that have sex 365?
Man, I had a roommate. I had a roommate when I first met her. I had a roommate, and the roommate.
Wait, is that your lady?
Yeah, that's my wife.
I did not know.
He said it. You don't be women don't pay attention.
No. First of all, how you doing again? But no, I did not know. Because I was trying to, setting everything up and all that stuff. But
it's like that.
But he had, like, that nigga was my roommate. He used to have sex all the time, right? Mm-hmm. And then one day he came in the room like, oh, fuck. I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Burns when I urine.
Nah, cuz literally was like, I want to show you. I'm like, bro, don't do no gay shit. That shit, you feel me? But like, I was just like, don't show me. But he was telling me like he had fucked so much he had developed a little bubble on top of the tip of his shit.
Oh nah.
You feel me? And I had to walk cuz to the motherfucking infirmary, let him get that shit popped. And he just kept going after he got it popped. Like, it was just like, whatever.
What the fuck was that?
You see,
but you sleeping around.
I had a
Look,
good day.
God gave this nigga a sign.
And he went right back to it.
And then went right back.
So that's what I'm saying.
Niggas are gluttons for punishment.
Y'all women don't get enough respect when it comes to this, but y'all are very mature in certain instances. Y'all will make a nigga work for that pussy.
You don't gotta make a nigga work.
Nah, some bitches won't, but but I'm saying, but most of y'all gonna make a nigga
niggas
like
giving up that dick. Niggas are not selective.
Definitely.
Niggas will fuck.
Dick is free. We've talked about that plenty of times. Dick is absolutely positively free.
Yeah. I mean, pussy is free.
Them little man panties come off
for
anything.
More dick is free than.
I understand that, but pussy, I done had a lot of free pussy.
Okay.
But
lots.
Me too.
But niggas will meet a girl. They'll meet a girl. They'll be like, she ain't all that cute, but shit, I ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't want no boredom dick. I never seen a nigga like he ugly as shit, but he probably got the mule.
In your pants, you ever just fucked a bitch just like, man, I need a nut? Like, it's there.
I definitely had one.
It's a box.
I had one.
Yeah, it's a box because you're not thinking about her, you think about yourself. It's just a nut. It's just a nut.
Yeah, I had one I regretted.
Shit, nigga, I got thousands I regretted. Like, I mean, that's the
I
science.
was about to co-sign until you said thousands.
But, I mean, you done deal with some vampires, like some bitches that came to your house at night, like,
some
my
grenades.
niggas cannot see you.
You know what I'm
saying?
Like,
you got to get the fuck out of here.
I
do think that men, we've talked about this so many times, like, men should be more selective when it comes to who they decide to sleep with. I think that as y'all get older, more of y'all do become more selective.
Balance,
even if the woman is throwing a pussy, I think that when y'all get a little older, sometimes y'all might be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all could turn it down a little bit.
You don't have to catch everything that's on you.
You be so, like, niggas be so capped. Like, they be done all the girls wrong. Ain't nobody else want them, so but they get the one that love them. She might cook for them and do right for them and that whoop whoop. And then he started being like, well, shit, ain't nobody else want me. I gotta, he settle in. And that's why he tell that other pussy gone. But he thinking about that shit up here. He thinking about it. Even the ugly bitch. She walk in the room, you look at her ass, she like, damn, her ass fat. She ugly than a motherfucker.
So do y'all think a lot of...
He pumping all the teas.
No, but also, no. And that's a good point because, like, sometimes you really be feeling a broad, but she just want to give you the pussy. You be like, Why you doing like?
Yeah, like make me work for it.
Yeah, like kind of
like
make
some
me
niggas
work
like.
for it.
I like to work for
actually
it.
I'm
Can
actually
y'all
into
stop
you. Like,
slicing the ugly fats though? Because y'all the reason why these fucking
No, they-
mushroom looking bitches be out here acting like
we
this.
the reason, or other women as well, because women be like, oh, every time I
Because we not gonna tell our friend, oh my God, bitch, you ugly as shit.
Why not,
But y'all
though?
Why
niggas,
not?
That's accountability.
Niggas do it.
Niggas do it.
But
Niggas
see,
tell their
I might
niggas
be
that.
like, yes, bitch, because you showed your ass. But I'm not gonna be like, oh yes, bitch, you killing you pre. No,
You
yes, bitch, you don't know what that yes is for.
You got
That's why I got ass. in it.
What's the yes for?
Is you take the Y off. Ass. There you go. But y'all niggas would be like, oh my God, you bad as shit. You be
You
no
beautiful,
the fuck
good
you
morning,
Because he
mad.
trying to fuck.
Yeah, but
But
cute.
that gas
But
is
that's the
done.
problem.
So?
But
That's the
then
game.
but then y'all in the same token, the other side of the coin, y'all niggas are mad that these ugly fat bitches are acting
But
like
you
they
just
above
said
y'all.
you're not going to tell your friend that.
These ain't your
Shit with it.
friends. Just
Yeah.
you
Alright.
can just say nothing.
So let me ask y'all this.
Slide
Do
her
y'all,
DMs and be like, let me fuck. She ugly. Is she with it?
No,
Honesty do get you a long way though.
Huh?
Honesty do get you.
No, let me tell you. Honesty is overrated. Lie to these bitches. Let me tell you why.
Why though? They gonna figure out the capping
Here
in
we
the
go.
little-
No, I told you. My uncle said this.
He like, by then I already
If a
fucked.
bitch like you enough, she gonna lie to herself.
Yeah,
but you
have said
can't-
that before.
Okay.
Look. If a bitch like you enough, she gonna lie to herself. This shit is set with me. Also, I've never had no pussy and be like, hey, I'm just trying to fuck. Even if I'm just trying to fuck, you gotta
Soften
It's
the
something
you gotta
extra you
soften
gotta
up the
do.
blow
Yeah.
just a tad bit. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
don't tell her that she look good when she don't look good.
You got gas them.
do y'all think that a lot of men end up settling as they get older?
Of course,
yeah.
these niggas
Speak
not
on
happy.
it. Speak on it.
I
Speak
think
on
I
it.
think
Yeah,
men
man,
and
man.
women settle when they get older, because that time is that
Damn.
clock is ticking.
My hairline
We
receding.
talking
I'm not-
about
I got
we
time.
talking about men though.
I be
Women
damned.
settle a lot. Women settle young. Fuck all that.
I be damned.
So
I don't
speak
think
on it.
so.
I want the guys. You don't think men
You
settle?
don't think
You
I
don't
be
think?
damned?
No, I think men know. We talked about it. They say you don't marry the woman that you wanted to marry. You marry the woman that you're with when you're ready to get married. And then you hear married men like, no. When I talk to married men, it'd be like, niggas honestly, like I said this, I think men love harder than women. They just always fuck up with the woman that they were supposed to be with, and they're like, shit, I'm getting older. I want stability. Like I want consistency.
She's
I want a
around.
family. She's a good woman. I'm not necessarily in love with her, but I don't want to be with anybody else. And then they say, okay, it's time to make that move. And men get pressure. Like, yo, when you talking to a woman more than 3 years and y'all going to weddings and other people are
Sometimes less than that.
yeah,
but
and other people, and she's getting older, and other people are settling down. She hitting you like, yeah, shit, that seems nice,
Right.
or like shit like that. Like the pressure's put on you because women literally will say like, yo, if you don't marry me, they would give you a deadline.
Well, because that's biological. That's by nature. We do have a biological
Oh,
clock.
that's
and
bullshit. That's a cop out.
When y'all
That's
when
a
that
cop
when
out.
that
How the
motherfucker
fuck?
start
If you already got
ticking,
kids
then,
to get married, I
No,
can
no,
see
no, no,
kids.
no.
We're talking about getting married.
but I'm
Some people
saying.
want one before the other though.
that's
No, but I'm
true.
talking about if
I'm
a woman already
saying
has a
that
kid.
it's biological because we do have a biological clock. Now you're speaking of like independent like instances of
I'm
women
talking about
who
getting
are
married.
right, but I'm saying generally the reason why women they press the issue after a certain amount of time because ideally the way our minds work is like you get with somebody, you have kids, and then even though in reality that order isn't always in order,
Yeah.
it's still like an internal thing that goes on in
So I'm
women of
correcting.
why.
Women give men deadlines.
No, yes, but
Okay.
I'm saying that there's a little bit of anatomy, you know what I'm saying, or what is it, a biology that supports that.
Yeah, like
Yeah, but that's I think that's bullshit because biology only works when it works when a woman's favor. But if a man says, "Oh, it's
That's not
biology for me to
true.
sleep with multiple women," then
That's
it's bullshit.
biology to that.
Because-
It is because
okay.
it is biology to that because women we can only have one kid at a time. Men can impregnate however many hundred or whatever
That's what I
the
see.
science is at a time. So that's why that goes to why men are. It's more acceptable for men to be more out there than it is for women because of that biology or whatever. So yeah,
But
it
I'm
goes
just saying,
both ways.
If you got a nigga and he say that to you, that's not flying. It's
Now,
flying
don't
on the
give me-
podcast, but it's not gonna fly in private if he tell.
Because
sure.
because for a lot of niggas that's a cop out though because you still have self control. For us, that biology
Yeah.
goes a little bit different when it comes to us and having children and things like that or getting married. So women want the husband before the kids, ideally.
No,
So whether you already have a kid or not, I can have a kid right now. Who's to say I don't want to have kids with my
But
husband?
y'all, no, I agree when it comes to kids. All right, but say this: you already have kids. You don't want no more
It
kids,
goes
right?
hand in hand.
So okay, all right. So
can
we're
feel
talking
that.
about strictly marriage. Women
but it goes hand in hand. You can't separate the two. I'm
Yes,
talking
the
about
fuck you can if you already have kids and you don't want to have kids anymore.
I'm talking about the subconscious mindset that we're talking about.
So how you have a biological clock of getting married?
Do you? Okay. It goes. I'm saying they go hand in hand. They go hand in hand. They're about at the same time. I'm not saying for every individual situation is the same, but I'm saying that the marriage part it goes with it together. Women, people don't understand. At 35, you're automatically high risk pregnancy.
So this is the thing.
You get what I'm saying?
Like
that's
women
why
can
at 30
have a clock with that. Like she's saying, it's right. Reason being is because the first thing a girl sees when she comes out, as a young lady, and first thing she get for Christmas, even when she a baby, is a baby doll. Mm-hmm. That baby doll is married to a Ken doll. Mm-hmm. That Ken doll is fed into what the man when she's sitting there playing with it. A lot of these, I'm gonna say bitches. A lot of these bitches knew they was getting dirty, ratchet ass niggas from the jump because that's how they was playing when they was playing with the baby dolls. It's all a psyche thing. Mm-hmm. Like they fed weddings, house with the picket fence. Nice looking husband, and that's what they go looking for. That clock starts ticking as soon as you're born and you're introduced to, and then some ends, women may be lesbian. Same thing go with a guy. You know what I'm saying? I might not prefer that, but somebody else might prefer that.
And while I may not necessarily agree that you should act on that clock all the time for women and men, I understand the science behind both. I understand why women think like that, and I understand why men be like, hold on. I'm 28 or 29. I don't necessarily want to start getting prepared to get married and have children because I can go all the way up to 50 and 60 and have kids if I want to. I can just get a younger chick.
So, bro, we saying the same thing. I was basically saying that's why men aren't happy because in some relationships because women are putting the pressure on them. Yeah. So that's why they're proposing.
For sure. But I was just addressing the fact that when one is a cop out and one is not because I think I see both on both.
But ways. No, but women will say like this like. For example, you can't ask women certain questions like why you haven't had a baby or this and that. Like women will ask you, when you're going to propose, such and such. Like, well, that's
not right.
Why? But that's not fair. So it's like a lot of men are proposed because the women in a relationship. Hey, I'm this age. We've been dating for this amount of years. My friends, because women are in competition. Like, hey, you got a new house. Oh shit, I gotta get a big house. You got a new car. I gotta get a big house. Oh, you've been married. Your friend got Your husband gave you a bigger ring. I need a bigger ring. So that's why I think a lot of men are proposing.
Well, I also feel like I get that to a certain degree, but you're not supposed to ask women about why they don't have children because there might be an underlying health issue behind that. True. There might be a woman who miscarried a bunch of times. Exactly. So there's just certain things that come off a little insensitive. Yeah. But someone asking you why haven't you proposed yet? You've been with this girl for 7 years. I feel like that's a valid fucking question.
No, it's not because how about if it's insensitive? If my wife, say you're my wife, right, and you can't get pregnant, right?
No. I didn't say why we can't have kids. I said why you haven't proposed.
No, but I'm just
and you've been with someone for 7 years.
Okay, so rewind. We're not talking about that, okay?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, all right. So if a man asks you why you can't get pregnant, it might be insensitive because you can't have kids, right? Uh-huh. Well, you my wife. So if you ask me why we haven't had kids, it's insensitive to me because my wife, I know my wife can't.
Pumpkin, that's not what I said. I said
that's what I'm saying.
But you made the comparison that someone might ask you
that's
why you haven't.
That's my business. No, so women have made it to me like you
why
can't
you
ask that
haven't
question.
proposed. You posed the question, and somebody can ask you why you haven't proposed, and you compared it to somebody saying you can't ask a woman why she haven't had kids. That's not the same thing.
It is. It's not the same thing to you. It's a cop out because when I'm ready to propose, that's my business. It's none of your fucking business to ask me why I haven't proposed yet.
I think that's the wrong question. I do understand what Yada is saying because after if you've been in a relationship for 7-8 years,
right? What are you waiting for?
It's valid.
So
hold on,
wait.
It's valid to have that, question, but it is still rude to ask. I do think it's rude to ask a man, y'all been together for 7 years, why haven't you proposed? Because a lot of times you can be cool and get along at the functions and stuff like that because y'all can genuinely get along, but y'all may not be ready to get married.
And I
feel
don't
like
know
what's going on in that relationship. That man don't have to say, well, we going through X, Y, and Z, and that's why we're not engaged right now.
Nah,
that's somebody from the outside looking in.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to pump your tea and be like, we going through it. But I'm saying
I don't think people should ask.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I've had friends who've been together for eons, and I'd be like, so when is the wedding so I can go get my usher gloves? Like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? And they'll kiki and tee like, man, shut up, or whatever. Like, or bro might be like, man, know what I'm saying? I'm working on that. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm not really looking at you to necessarily say, well, look, man, she got mad at me on Tuesday, and we've been arguing ever since, so fuck that.
So why you asking?
But, I mean, because I feel like it's for me, a lot of times when I do, I am joking with my friends. And it's because I want to see my friends in fucking everlasting matrimony, bitch. What the fuck? But no.
But you don't think they can be happy?
I know it's not.
No, I'm not saying that, but I just be feeling like if you're happy with, I kind of, that's a question for me. I feel like if you've been with somebody for nearly a decade, y'all happy, y'all in love, y'all this, y'all that, unless y'all both just feel like marriage is a hustle or y'all not really sold on marriage, what is stop? You feel like this the person you want to be with, why haven't you married that person?
Because what if that's not their end goal? That's not their goal.
Then you could just say that.
But they don't have to.
Right, but I'm just... It's a natural question because I would wonder, like, if you're doing everything that married people do, why haven't you given this woman your name and made her a wife? I would wonder about that.
I get what you're saying. It's just so you're basically saying, I'm not saying you're saying this, but okay, at a certain time you should have been proposed.
Not necessarily. I be feeling like if you're going through all those motions, why haven't you? Why not make it a family? Give her your name. And let your family have one name. Let y'all joint assets or whatever. Because the people will be living like married people, and I'll be wondering like, why?
No, I don't agree with that because that's not everybody. That's not everybody end goal, and then that's not. I don't think it's people's place to. Honestly, I don't think it's people's place to ask. I don't think it's none of nobody's business. Why?
I feel like it's kind of. I be feeling like, to be honest, I wouldn't. You could be like, you could tell people, man, look, mind your business, and they gotta respect that. But I also feel like it wouldn't be a shock. You shouldn't be shocked that you've been with a bitch for a decade.
Would you ask your significant other?
What you mean? Would I ask my significant other?
Yeah, instead of somebody else from the outside looking in and asking that, why haven't we got married? Would you ask your significant other, hey, why haven't we got married yet?
You would think
your significant
that would be
is the only person that can ask that question.
Right.
To me,
you would think that being in a relationship that y'all would have had that, especially if you talking about 5+
I'm sure
years,
the conversation
that you would have
came up
that
plenty of times.
Right, the conversation plenty of times. Like, okay, is this something that we want? Is this something that we don't want? I don't think that's the end all be all in every relationship.
But of course you would talk about marriage. You would talk about what type of wedding you want to have. You would talk about what you want in your wedding and things like that. But are you gonna sit there and literally ask like, damn, this clock ticking? What's up?
I mean, it depends because it depends on what you want. It depends on what you want. Everybody don't want that. If that's something that you want, that should be something established early on in the relationship. Like, look, we together, we like each other and all of that, but eventually I want to be married.
But y'all both know y'all want to be married, but maybe he's not ready yet. So how are you going to feel?
Oh, then you would ask him. You would say, what's the plan? If we both want to be married, what's the plan? And then you go from there. I mean, to me, it's not like, why haven't you married me yet? I think that's just very vague and just weird.
I guess more so my issue is like, it's disrespectful to ask women like any question, but you can ask the man the same question.
I hated that. When I was in a relationship, I hated when people asked him. Yeah. I hated it because it's like, God damn, I'm in the relationship. Yeah, exactly. You don't think I had that conversation with him? Why the fuck are you asking him?
Because
I had that conversation.
Maybe he hasn't asked you because you've expressed to him in private, like, I'm not ready for this now.
But I'm saying, I hated when other people even injected themselves to even inquire, family members or not. Mind your motherfucking business.
They asked him because men proposed. That's why they asked the man.
But still, don't ask.
But I'm just saying, that's why they asked the man over you, is because men proposed.
No, why haven't you done it yet? Why the fuck does it matter?
Because some people just care. That's the bottom line.
Don't care more about my situation than you care about yours.
But I feel like that's asking about yours doesn't mean I care about yours more than I care about mine. But I look at it like, especially when it comes to your family. Now, any old Tom, Dick, and Harry, that kind of gets weird. But I'm not surprised if I've been with a man for a long time and my father asks you why you haven't married me yet. I'm not fucking surprised. He don't want me to be no girlfriend for my whole life, so I can get that.
Yeah, that's different. That's your father.
But that's what I'm saying. My family might be looking like, are you stringing her along? Because what does she want?
That should be up to the family to ask you if you happy right now or if you comfortable right now.
I was just about to say that.
That's absolutely
ask that first, and then if whatever comes out of that, cool. Move on from that.
Because they never do that. They never ask you, hey, is
but I could be happy and still want to be married. You know what I'm saying?
But you could be happy and still not want to be married yet.
But I'm saying, but if I tell you I'm happy but I do want to be married and you ask him, well, when are you gonna marry my daughter? I wouldn't be surprised.
Y'all, I honestly think it's also the setting. Like, all right, so say if me and you been talking. And they asked us in a private setting, just us three different. But then, like, you had Thanksgiving. So when y'all getting married, I'm like,
getting
That's true.
crushed by everybody.
And you know that's
like,
how they do it too.
Yeah.
They do
You
it.
can't
like
even
that.
enjoy your
different if
dinner.
It's just the three of us.
Right,
I'm like,
there
you
goes
know
my
what?
turkey.
Hey, me and y'all have been like, it's different. But then when you do it,
No,
you
that's
put it
true.
on blast in front of
Don't
That's too
blast
much.
it
You
because
doing
you
too much
don't.
at that
Yeah.
point.
Because-
No, I can agree with that too. But
Yeah.
I'm
I fuck
not
around
all
and say
that.
never.
I mean, if you want,
Just
if
the
you
fuck
want to
about
ask,
right.
if you
Right, then you getting jumped by all 6 of my brothers. I wouldn't do that.
I would dog all 6 of your brothers.
You gonna get all the fucking smoke.
We in a relationship. You on my side.
I can't fight 6 niggas for you.
I would say
You wanna
like,
let
Like, stop.
Hold on.
Trying to blow them off and shit.
I would say if you a family member, you might want to ask, have that conversation with the family member that you're related to if you want to. But if you motherfucking insist, ask them first, are they happy? Is that person abusive to them? Man or woman, you can ask, are y'all how do y'all get along? Do y'all see each other with each
wanna
other
know
long term?
how
And then
ask-
you can get to that.
Hold on,
Because if
so
you
wait.
can't have that conversation, then don't
Hold on,
motherfucking
so wait,
I'm
hold on,
ask
so
them to
wait.
get
asking if
married.
y'all gonna get married more
Than
personally
abusive.
than are you beating her ass?
Hey,
Mind your
because
fucking
if you
business.
can because if you're concerned
That's a
about your
private
family,
convo.
That's
no.
private too. Shit.
No.
Between the
So
family
right.
member
No,
and
if
the
you're
person.
getting abused, if you have real concern, like if you're getting married or not some bullshit, be concerned about their well-being.
Sabri,
Are you mentally or
Sabri, I
physically
was
being
with you
abused?
Everybody.
So, Bray, I was with you until you said.
Hey, you ain't gotta be with me. Hey, listen, if you've never asked me, do I feel good in my situation? Do I feel, because that goes on. When you're in a relationship, you can be not just physically abused, you can be mentally abused. You can feel sad in a relationship, unhappy. Ask those things
Sabri,
first.
does your man ever hit you with the right hook?
You doing too much.
No, you just said
Abuse,
there's
like
abuse.
That's abuse.
if you're okay.
Have you caught a right hook? Yes or no?
Who's gonna ask that?
Me.
I would. Has somebody hit you with? Has
a nigga ever hit you with a haymaker?
That's too specific. Oh, okay.
Uppercut.
That's specific. Come on, that's unrealistic.
That's too specific.
Have a
that
nigga
is
ever hit you with a
specific.
2-piece
But
spicy?
you wouldn't ask
No
those
business.
questions.
So
unless
if you wouldn't ask that, don't fucking ask me when we get married.
Yeah.
If you're not comfortable enough of asking me that, then we don't have that relationship for you to ask me when we get married.
I think that's kind of.
I don't care. Then don't ask me nothing.
But I wouldn't
Don't
compare
ask me
abuse
nothing.
to marriage. I feel like that's.
But I did name like 5 other questions. Are y'all happy? Do y'all get along well?
agree.
You know
right
what I'm
now,
saying?
I was and that's
So
I was
even
with
if
you
you-
till you said like if you don't.
I'm
If
just
that's
saying
the only
about-
one,
Me,
if that's
am I
the only
getting
one, then
abused?
cool. You can even take that one out and ask those other 4 questions.
Why are
and
you
then,
so offended though? Like,
No,
is
no.
that bothersome to you that somebody would ask why? If y'all
It
plan on
did,
getting
but because
married?
it because it
Maybe they
happened
want
to
to
me and I
save for
didn't
their
like
fucking
it.
dress. Maybe that.
No,
Maybe I want to know
no,
something
because they have.
How
I've been
about-
asked that, and I
How
did
about-
not like it. I did. My
How about
my
this-
ex have been asked that. I did not like when he was asked that.
So if somebody asks you like, does your boyfriend got to pay for his haircut? Would that piss you off?
No,
Okay.
Oh, okay. But y'all get okay. Fuck that.
no. Do he got to pay for his haircut? No. Like, I mean, why would you ask? I mean, you could ask that, but that's
I was
not.
just trying to lighten the mood because you seem very upset.
Hey, it's not me being upset. I'm just passionate
I'm
because
passionate.
I'm passionate.
passionate.
I don't like that. I don't mind your
Semantics.
motherfucking business because because the main people that be
be
asking.
the
What?
motherfucker.
It
Hold
don't
on,
be
hold on,
niggas.
hold on,
It don't.
hold on,
It don't be
hold on.
niggas.
It don't.
Hold on, hold on.
It
It
don't.
don't be
It
niggas.
don't
We don't-
be dudes.
Niggas
Hold on.
never ask that shit because,
Wait,
Unless that's your daughter.
wait.
Yeah,
Unless that's your daughter.
Unless it's your
because
daughter.
niggas don't want to be asked that. So I'm never going to put you in
Hold
a
on.
Trash.
It
But
be
you
the-
asking
the-
them when you gonna marry your daughter though.
From experience, the main people that ask you when y'all getting married
Are
and
the
that press
single-
the
the
issue,
single
they be
aunties.
single, like
single aunties.
multi-divorced. They
Motherfucker.
kids got 18 different
Maybe they
kids
want
with
to see
18
you.
different
Maybe
niggas.
they want to see you win.
But
Damn
yeah,
right.
Fucking become more concerned about my shit than yours.
Maybe they wanna
Worry
see-
about your kids.
Maybe they took
Worry
so
about
many
yourself.
L's that they want to see somebody win. God
Worry
damn,
about
like,
your
shit.
husband.
Y'all make it work because I ain't had no luck.
real niggas never going to ask you the status of your relationship. Because you going to look at this nigga
Yeah,
like,
you don't walk up on
A
your
nigga-
man to be like, yo, y'all still together?
hey,
first
son,
question.
when you going to marry her? Niggas looking like,
My
Nigga-
thing is worry about your husband or wife and they side nigga or
It's-
bitch.
see,
Don't worry about
it's
me and
called
mine.
multitasking. I can do
No,
both.
don't do both. Don't do both.
I'm just saying, you skipping the
God
whole
forbid
step
anybody
asking
care about y'all
about
motherfuckers. Y'all some
if
sick
when you
guys.
gonna get
That
married.
shit-
You skipping the whole step, but by not talking to the person first.
Yeah, and then I don't know, man. Just,
niggas, this is the
just-
question niggas ask. Y'all good?
Yeah, that's all niggas ask. Yeah, they just want to know if y'all straight.
don't ask nobody no. Don't ask me
Because
no
then y'all
shit
bitches
like that.
pop up engaged and want me to spend $1,600 on a fucking dress. Fuck you. I'm minding my business.
You
Fuck
ask
your
when I
wedding.
get married, then you want to ask, can you get a +1? No.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Destination
And you
Wedding
ain't even married.
Barbados. Fuck fuck you. When I asked you when you was getting married so I could save for this shit, you told me to mind my business.
You can
Fuck your
them,
matrimony,
you
bitch.
can treat them accordingly if they do that. Then I do agree with that. But let's move on because we got hit some. I want to hit at least 2 of these topics that we got. I wanted to hit on. Okay, everybody know about Farrakhan. We think that shit is some bullshit. He got banned off the internet, pretty much.
But it's free speech. If you can't,
how do you get banned from the internet?
I
don't know, man.
Who banned him? The internet guys?
Facebook.
What he banned?
Facebook, and you know Facebook owns Instagram and
right.
I think YouTube. Somehow YouTube banned him as well.
But you know, niggas,
social media.
Niggas ain't gonna really be hurt because niggas still gonna be on Facebook.
So do y'all know the real definition of gentrification?
No,
not
probably know.
Not the urban development gentrification. Gentrification is to like change and make somebody act politely.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
The only time gentrification is in play is when it's people of our color. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this situation, I think it has more to do with censorship.
So they censorship, but that's still a thing. This is what I'm saying. They taking your culture and say you can't say or do this, but your fucking president can sit there and say and do every fucking thing.
Yeah, that, and I think that they don't like. It's a lot of people who think for themselves now. It's a lot of people who are motivated by listening to the truth, and now there are people on the internet that get more views and listens than CNN or ABC or NBC now.
So you controlling the media, just like you guys.
Just
this
like
is
we
lovely.
are.
Y'all controlling the media.
Shout out to us.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we are on YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts. We don't have our own streaming. That's what's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? We don't have our own platforms where we can, because they can take our shit whenever the fuck they want.
But you know the way you could do it. The first thing
do we need to speak off the air or on the air?
I mean, we can do whatever.
Okay. I'm just saying, because you know the white supremacists be listening.
I stand behind everything. They can come for me. I'm from the South. I know how to handle the motherfucker.
Hey, I'm with it as well.
You know what I'm saying? That's something we do. Like when I hear people up here be like, I got called a nigger. Oh my God. I'm like, nigga, that ain't nothing. They did that shit all the time.
He said, nigga, that ain't nothing, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, we was getting that all the time. But what I'm saying is, like, they gentrifying our culture. If all the black people, like all y'all, like very successful black people with all these followers, this was like, fucking nigga, we gonna go over here. And it's a black nigga somewhere playing with Yu-Gi-Oh cards that everybody think is weird, but he's really developing.
Hey, go ahead.
Instagram or something, but y'all won't buy it to him. Y'all are telling me you're a fucking weirdo. You a weirdo because you play with them cards.
Nah.
Let that nigga play with them cards and develop some shit, and then we invest in that. But see, we don't do that because we're still looking for acceptance.
Well, shout out to More Us. More Us is a social media platform that was started by Tariq Nasheed. I know y'all say I bring this nigga up a lot, but he's the only one who's done it. Hidden
California,
Colors,
right?
Yeah. So, but he's the only one who's done it. You know what I'm saying? It just takes a lot of money to put into these things. Millions, like Facebook has ranked. Hey, niggas sleep, but when you need that shit, you gonna be using
But
that
this is what I'm
shit.
saying.
What the fuck I'm gonna need more gram?
Did it take money for them to build Facebook?
What,
For them to
they
maintain it,
millions of dollars.
but
He built
I'm talking
it out of
about he
college.
built
Well,
it.
well, he built More Us. It takes a lot to maintain it because they have to outsource a lot of nigga nerds be online trolling and making bots and not using their
Nigga
shit
nerds,
for
I
good.
like that.
I like that too.
Hey,
Shout out
that's
to
not
hey,
my-
shout out to
shout
On
out to Tariq
Code.
I'm a nigga
Nasheed.
nerd.
Shout out to
Fuck
On
it.
Code. Go on Code merch on Instagram and get your shirts. Hey, get your shit.
Hopefully
You know what
y'all
I'm
get y'all shirts.
Yeah, send me the payment.
Right.
Send me the payment and I'll ship that shit out on
Nah,
Monday. Every Monday.
the shirt
Turnaround time
fire.
6
The
months.
shirt is
And I
fire.
know. And
Tariq
it's
wore that
good
shit
quality.
twice. He wore that shit.
Cause
I
you
wonder if he
solid.
washed
Back.
it between wearing.
He definitely watched
So
that
right,
shit.
because
Yeah,
you
no,
solid,
he washed it.
and it's a good quality brand.
Thank
It's a
you,
good
I
shirt.
appreciate
Like,
that.
I felt the lambskin in the motherfucking
Yeah, hell yeah. On Code merch on Instagram. Fuck
In
the
the
haters.
prophylactic
Fuck
cup.
the imitators. Fuck them. But
Okay.
so
That was aggressive.
But yeah. So censorship is important. Freedom of speech is important. Even the other people, they tried to ban some white supremacists as well. But we all know what game that is. That's just to make it seem less.
They
They
know
mad about
Farrakhan-
Nipsey, bro.
They know Farrakhan has a huge following. He's influential. Hold on, we can't stop this nigga. Oh yes, we can. We're going to ban him. That's some fuck shit.
It is some fuck shit, and it's unconstitutional. But you know, it is what it is, and we gotta keep pushing. But we'll just post it. If I were y'all, what I'm gonna try to do this week is at least twice this week post a clip of Farrakhan speaking some real shit.
Is that enough for people to? Should black
we all
people
do it together. If we all come together and say do it, yeah, we can.
Should black people
us right
like
here can start that?
get off Facebook? I'm not on Facebook. Or is it not that important? Like, am I reaching with that? Like,
well, I don't think that necessarily. I don't know if that would do anything if we get off of Facebook. I mean, I don't know what that would do because they can ban whoever, whenever. I think I just think that we should, in addition to things like Facebook and Instagram, we should have something of our own. That's all. I mean, because we can have all that bullshit as long as, but if we don't have anything,
you should have a black gram.
Well, there's more us, but it just takes so much money to do. It just takes so much money, to maintain and do.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. Some of that shit don't. A lot of that shit do take a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's a guy right now. Probably like, yo, I do that shit for free to start y'all off. Like, come in here and just do programming and have it started.
Well,
But he doesn't have the following. He doesn't have the report.
No,
because
but email Tariq. Email him.
no.
Email
But the thing is, people don't
service.
jump on until it's already
Already
to me
big.
until
For
it's already
sure.
hit. Like a lot of people, like
See
I
that
don't
with
wanna be
music
a part
and
of
music,
the-
you see that all the time.
all
Like,
the time.
I've been to South by Southwest. I've been to A3C. I've been to BET Awards. I done met Andre 3000. I done did a lot, and them niggas still in the DMV talking about, nah, he ain't did nothing.
Well,
first of all,
So
your
that's
tape
it's
fire.
the same type of thing.
I will
Tape
say
is
this
fire.
too,
Rent
though.
due.
I will
appreciate
say I will say this too, because a lot of times what happens in the DMV, because we don't have like centralized platforms like New York has or like these other big markets like California. A lot of times we don't even hear about people. We don't even know. It's not like we hear about them like, oh no, fuck that. They not on. We not fucking with them. I always say, and it's crazy. One of my favorite artists from this area is Goldlink, and I didn't hear about him until Crew. You know what I'm saying? But
That album, his first
But I
album
also
was
feel
okay.
like that's
no. But the point I'm
for
making
you,
is
it's not a cop out, but for a lot of people, it's a cop out. People just aren't willing to
Yeah, they're not willing
to really put their ear to the ground and see what's popping out underground. And I'm not saying that's necessarily you because I know you want to support artists from here.
That's a brain.
But
I'm not going to search for DMV mixtapes. No,
you maybe should.
But me and y'all are like, people always ask me, like, Ashley always asks, she said, how did you hear about these artists? I said, because I don't go to like, what's new, because they're only going to give you Ariana Grande, they're going to give you Lil Baby, this and that. Like, I go in and I follow these artists because being, I guess, an artist, I'm very in tune to like the young man needs. You know what I'm saying? When
your
somebody
average
says,
person is like me though.
but why?
When it
why
comes to-
aren't you?
But it takes
Because
effort
it takes
though. Because
time. It takes time to do that.
but
Nah,
the effort.
not
But
really.
if
You
you
can
want
be
it, if
scrolling
you
through
want to
the gram
support
sometimes.
it,
So
you
you'll
can.
listen to someone who's already a millionaire, and then someone who's trying to get to that point and won't give him a chance.
It's not about that. It's about accessibility. I'm not sifting.
Your music
through-
is on the same platform as those artists.
What I'm saying to you, I'm not sifting through. There's like I said, there's no centralized location where DMV artists are being put on, just like other big markets where their local artists are more known. More of their local artists are more known because they have a centralized place. If I had a centralized place to go to where they putting up dope,
DC.
no, like platforms.
Oh,
Platform-wise.
All right.
So
'Cause
platforms
other
like
markets-
all right, what other markets? What are their platforms? Your radio stations?
They put on
'Cause they-
more. They ready put a lot
Yeah,
of
like
other
in
markets.
Atlanta,
Hold
yeah.
on, wait. Let me finish my point. DMV don't play their own artists like that on the
don't.
radio.
Hold on.
Not like that, but they
No, hold
can
on. They
be
do.
playing.
They have. Hold on.
Cali do. New York do. Go ahead, Sean.
That's
No,
how
they
you.
do.
That's how I know you were Sean. So you don't think there's an hour where they pay where they play local artists?
But this
No, I'm
is the
pretty sure
problem
that
with
there
that.
is.
No, there are.
We
but
play
you don't
local
know.
artists, but it's a lot less than Atlanta.
I understand
Yeah,
that.
it's
But
not
guess
the
what?
same,
Hold
but
on.
it's
Okay, it's a lot less. But when they do you listen?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
You hold on.
If I'm on the
You.
radio.
We're talking about the masses.
Right.
No, so
okay,
somebody
are they
would say
playing it
that.
at 1 o'clock on Tuesdays?
No.
No,
They're not.
9 o'clock.
No, it's
That ain't
actually
no
a pretty.
boom.
It's prime time.
I get what she's saying. That centralized time doesn't do the artist any good. Nobody's listening at 9 o'clock when they get off of work, bro.
All right, so let me ask you.
Because you
as
be
a-
tired
But
and
no,
so as
people
an
don't
artist,
listen
how
to
do you
radio.
re-
Period. That's
No,
the problem.
So I want to ask you what makes you want to rap? If you know all of this stuff, if you know that people from this area do not want to listen to local rappers, what makes you do it?
Because I got a knack, and it's a hustle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that I could come in here and talk to y'all and not even know y'all, and I'm already thinking like, yo, I want to support them. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it from the kindness of my heart. I don't give a fuck if nobody don't go download my shit.
Why not?
You know why?
So why you doing it?
You know
then?
why? No, because I'm all about like when I'm with them, I'm about energy. So I know that eventually you gonna come to me and talk to me about something, and then I'm gonna plug my music in.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Right,
so some people are always looking for the broader span. I always tell my wife this: I take a currency crowd. I'll take a currency crowd if I can't get a motherfucking MMG crowd. Yeah. But some niggas want to go, man, I'm trying to go, I'm trying to be the big, I'm trying to be like Rowdy Rick. Nigga, it might not be time for that. You might gotta build your way up. And I think once we take that train of thought out, like if I get 50 niggas that text me this morning, 50 niggas text me about my mixtape, I'm happy. Yeah. That 50 niggas heard my motherfucking mixtape, but that takes energy. Your energy has to change.
That's facts.
Because at one time I was just like, nah, niggas need to be listening to my shit. I got a song with Trail. That shit did 28,000 on YouTube. Niggas need to be listening to my shit. And where that shit got me, sitting down with no motherfucking job. I had to go back to work after coming off a tour with Wale, after going to South by Southwest, and after going to BET Awards. So now I start humbling myself, using people around me and saying, like, I'm just going to build this shit on my own. We're going to build this shit on our own. Like, I'm going to take y'all show wherever I go on the road. I'm going to put y'all show on a shirt somewhere. And I fuck with y'all. You feel me? So but we so busy trying to go big and be all big and everybody be seen instead of just taking small steps, because Rockefeller wasn't built overnight.
Facts.
Yeah.
That nigga brought a building with some crack money and did what the fuck he had to do. You feel me?
That's a great point, because people feel like, yo, I've been grinding hard for 2 months straight and I ain't get where I'm supposed to be. Like, and like what they say, there's no such thing as an overnight artist. So you think like this one artist, like, oh, the next day started making music and he blew. No, this nigga's been putting
Then you go on YouTube and they've been up there for 5 years, but you just hadn't tuned in. But I think it's an effort issue. At the end of the day, when you want to be hip, when you want the information, you're going to seek it. You're going to look for it. Because I would tell you like this, as somebody who was on the scene with DC Underground Music back in 2006, where niggas would pay $120 to go see Jimmy or Jay or whoever, but you won't go to a free show for your own local artists and support them. It's all about what you're trying to put in, because it's there. It's there. These artists are doing shows. They putting out music. You have to seek the information, because you're not always gonna get it spoon fed to you when it's not mainstream. That's the logic behind it not being mainstream.
But a lot
mainstream is gonna get sent to you, boom, to your face, because it's mainstream. When it's around, you gotta look for it.
Steakhouse. I was in Pure. I was in all
Bohemian
the
Caverns, D2,
like,
the U-turn.
But we artists though, so it's different.
But I wasn't in. I made moves, but I wasn't an artist then. I was a spectator.
No, hold on. No, you still were an artist.
But I wasn't performing. I wasn't doing, you know. But I'm just saying, like, I wasn't on the bill.
Well, while all that is true, and if you really wanted all that stuff, all that is very true, and it sounds really great. But I'm gonna let y'all know, like, and I probably already know, your average person is not doing all of that work for new music.
Well, then they can't complain about not getting it.
They can't complain about.
It's not about complain. It's just the fact. It's just making the point that. I was making the point that a lot of people from the area, it's not that they don't hear it. I mean, it's not that they hear it and be like, I'm not fucking with that because it's not mainstream. Sometimes we don't even hear it.
Niggas is
so it's not so I don't want local artists to feel like, especially in this area where there's not a centralized location to find music from this area that's good. Because you have to, first of all, let's be honest, you got to sift through a lot of bullshit. And a lot of people don't.
But you think it's not bullshit in ATL in New York?
But I don't hear the bullshit there.
But you know what's
interesting? Because you only hear what makes it mainstream or what has a lot of buzz.
You know why their radios put them on, though? Their radio stations put their local artists on because their locals ask for it. They want it. We don't ask for that shit. Niggas here, we'll talk about how local artists not doing this, and this, so y'all didn't hear this. But y'all not asking for it. Y'all won't tune in for that hour that they playing them. If you tuned in, they will put more out there. But when y'all calling and requesting, you know what I'm saying? These teeny bobby
Make the stallion,
well,
that's what you gonna get.
Calling it. People still calling to the.
I mean, you know what I mean. When you make your, when you, that's
people
what you
going on
ask
Apple
for.
and going on radio and going on playlists. That's what people are doing today.
Well, then they can't complain.
You can really
It's
make
not
it
about
just off the
complaining.
internet
I just
alone,
wanted
like,
to
with
let
no
the
radio.
artists
You
know.
can make it nowadays without
It ain't the
radio.
artist's fault.
No,
never
that's
the
that's
artist.
all I'm saying. I'm not complaining about. I'm letting the artists know that if you're a DMV artist and you're from this area, if people aren't supporting you the way that you feel like you should be supported, it's some people are listening to it and not going to support until it's mainstream, and then some people don't. It doesn't even hit their radar.
Okay, so all right. So how does a DMV artist pause go big?
They leave. That's how.
That they have to get popping somewhere else.
They leave, and that's
That's crazy.
And that's
So
the
now-
downside.
It's unfortunate. I'm not saying that to be proud.
yeah.
I'm not saying that to be proud at all. I'm just saying that is what it is. You gotta
gotta make it somewhere
another
else and come
market.
back.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
as DMV locals, we need to do better with supporting our local artists. Stop fucking being lazy, because as soon as you hear the slightest buzz about a nigga from somewhere else, you digging up their whole catalog. Do the same thing for your fucking local artists. Put the work in. If you want to see people big
You gotta
from
kill a
here,
nigga at Walmart.
put the fucking
But to even
put the work in.
know that they exist,
Okay.
you
gotta
have
go
to
back.
you have to either you search for them, either you take time out of your day and you search for them, or we have to
You gotta-
create a centralized.
But we-
a
One
centralized-
you gotta dumb down your
artist,
music.
Google, it will get
You
you
gotta
right
make a
on
I'm
top.
not
song
going
with a
through
dance
hours.
to it. It gotta go viral. You gotta. That's what you gotta
Listen,
do.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I after this show, I edit the show, I cut it up, I post clips, I work, I do all these. I don't have time to go in Google and search, and I don't have a job where I can sit down and get on the computer and look. I cannot look through
That's
a bunch of
cop-out.
bullshit.
That's a
Are you-
cop-out. I
Call it
got
what the
two
fuck
kids
you
that I
want.
gotta do just as much
Call
as you
it
do.
what the
and
fuck you want. I cannot do
You
it.
making excuses.
I'm not doing
That's an
it.
excuse.
I'm
That's
not
an
going
excuse.
through a bunch of bullshit of a bunch of niggas that sound like niggas in Atlanta just to find a diamond
that's-
bruh.
but-
Hold on.
If you're not doing it,
hold on.
how can you
All
say
right.
they sound
All right,
like
she
that?
made a
though?
good. She made a good point.
No, the fuck she did.
Hold on.
No, the fuck she did.
It's way too much talent here to have that pessimism, though.
Look, the one,
I'm just saying, I'm not doing all of that. I'm not sifting through a bunch of bullshit because there's a lot of bullshit from this area.
How you know?
Hold on. How
Alright,
the fuck
look.
you know if you never listened to the shit?
I never said I never listened to it.
Who you listen to?
What you mean? Who do I? What you
Was
mean?
that a
Who
hard
I-
question to
I'm
comprehend?
not putting
What artists have you
I'm not
listened
putting
from
no
here?
names out there. I'm not putting no names
Yeah,
out
because
there.
you haven't.
nah,
That's
nah,
a
but
cop-out.
That's not true.
But I
Because
get-
there's people
I-
that my little brother. I have a younger brother who lets me hear a bunch of people. Because a lot of youngins listen to local artists, and I'll hear it by writing with him or whatever. He'll put me on a certain thing.
So you're listening to another artist album that
They're
you never
young.
heard. You gotta listen to it to know if it's bullshit or not, right?
I'm telling you where I would get the music
got you.
because
So-
I wouldn't. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So if somebody gave you the name of an artist in Atlanta that you haven't listened to, you would listen to it, right?
Not necessarily. No.
Okay.
Are you
That's fair.
aware that there's actually a playlist dedicated to
DMV.
artists?
No.
And it's already sifted through the
Yeah.
bullshit?
No. Can you please put light on it?
Gladly.
Yeah, it is. It is on Apple Music.
Put light on it. Do y'all listen to
Dora,
that? Do y'all listen to that?
Dora Winfred on Instagram. She
Shout out
curates.
DJ.
She curates
DW.
the whole.
Do y'all listen to those playlists?
I check it out often.
Honestly, I don't have to listen to playlists because
'Cause we
I've been
know
tuned
already.
in this.
I
like-
probably-
Okay, so
But
what
the
you
same
said
artists
from
that I've taken my time to go search and look into are on that platform. And
Okay.
and the bullshit is already sifted through.
Got you. Now say it again so I can write it down.
It's the new DMV playlist.
Okay.
Just
You
search
can't
that
miss
on
it. It's
Apple.
like a
you can't
beige
miss
little
it.
thing on there. I listen to it every day just in case.
Shout
my
out to
shit
Dora
on.
Winfred on
Shout out to the whole
Instagram.
town, yeah.
So
that's right.
I did not
Pretty
even
girls.
know
So-
that
Pretty boys.
stuff is already being curated because even they were speaking of, well, it's not being curated because of blah blah blah. So it is being done.
So this is what this. So this is the thing. Like so like y'all like artists. Y'all in the artists. So y'all are artists, and we
Not
so,
me.
Well,
Them.
they are. They
Yeah.
are. So what
She a
happens?
hater.
No, I'm not.
I get on her about this too, cause I listen to a lot of down south shit that niggas don't listen to, and they be like, man, what the fuck is that? But then the nigga will blow up and you like him. But the thing is, we gonna go research it because we are artists and we know how we feel when somebody doesn't listen to our shit. So we take that same culture and go do it. Person that don't really give a fuck about music, they just listening to it to get to the club and smoke a J. They like, all right, that shit was cool.
Same thing with
Yeah,
podcasts.
look,
Y'all don't
look.
really listen to podcasts like that.
Fuck podcasts. Look. So
I
anyway,
did that,
look.
but I do.
Yeah,
But I
so
do.
look,
I
so
listen to that
Kurt-
one
Yeah,
on
but you
YouTube.
got time for that, though.
Hey,
You got time to sit through that bullshit.
Because people make time. I hate
For
to
what
sound
they
like a
want.
bitter bitch
I don't
for
look.
what they want to.
I don't. It pops up on my
Yo,
feed. But
so
go ahead.
I know. So even shitty ass rappers, right? Rappers are lyricists, they're writers, they're poets. I know how much it takes to buy beats, to get your shit mixed, to pay for studio time, to come up with bridges, hooks, verses, for a nigga to listen to your shit for 5 seconds and say, I don't like it. After you done put hold on. Hear me. For 6 months, I gave this shit to you free, and then you want me to come out with another fucking album because the music is so oversaturated because NBA YoungBoys come out with a project every fucking 2 weeks. So even for a nigga that sucks, it's hard because you can't do something. Man, he sent me your music. I gave him feedback immediately. I said, well, I'm fucking with this joint. Because guess what? I gave it the honest car ride. I ain't give it the headphone ride. The car ride. So look, I'm riding down Georgia Avenue. I hit him. I said, oh, this shit crank. Because I have to give it an honest listen. Because if I give you my music, like if I tell y'all to listen to some shit and she pick up her phone, I'm going to pause it. Mm-hmm. Because I want you to hear this shit. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I definitely feel you because I feel like us being artists, we appreciate it more.
So since we are artists, and she is somewhat interested because she's jotting notes down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what we got to do is we got to make sure that we introduce them to new shit. Because I be introducing her to like niggas in Atlanta like Trouble and...
Trouble, that's my dog. Edgewood, one of the best albums from last year.
Exactly. So now she'll come back and be like, hey, you heard this shit Trouble got right here? This shit hard. You gotta listen to what he said right there. But she's not even the type of person to listen to that on the normal.
I think
one
also,
of the hardest albums last year. Like people talking. I'm sorry.
That shit was hard.
I think sometimes you guys underestimate the power behind a big machine that will give promotion because. I'll give you an example. And I'm not saying that makes the artist greater or that's the end all be all. But a lot of times for your average person who's not an artist, who's not seeking it out, which is the masses and how people are selling shows and making their money, because if they had to rely only on musicians or music lovers, they would make no money. Let's keep it a buck. So because it's such a small population. I always, because everybody know how much I like Meg Thee Stallion or whatever. Mm-hmm. I didn't hear about. I went to go see her. I never heard her music before I saw a freestyle that she did on Instagram. Really hold on. Let me make this point. She did a freestyle, and I heard her rap on a freestyle online, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" That's what made me go. But I'm sure she was doing freestyles before, but she just signed with 300 in December. So I'm sure they got her on this platform and that platform and this rap show and that rap show and that freestyle platform and all these things, which made her more visible, which made her come across somebody like me. What you call it? I didn't hear Big O Free. I saw that thing. I heard that before I heard Big O Free.
So can I say something?
Go ahead.
Cerebral against the white machine. You know how a lot of these independent artists are not signing because they have to sign with the white machine. So
100%.
Yeah. So you know why they want the rights to the music. They want their publishing.
But
you're
making it seem... Okay,
I didn't cut you off.
Go ahead.
They want their masters, this and that. When you sign that contract and get dicked down, that's why Black artists are not doing it, because they want controlling shit. You're basically saying, oh, sign with this major label.
That's not what the fuck I said.
So, when you talking about distribution, we're talking about,
you're just saying you didn't hear it until
they sign with a major.
So,
okay, I'm not saying that. Oh, make sure y'all sign to a major.
Right.
So if you don't sign with a major,
that's not what. But you gotta let me finish. Okay.
I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is, whether I like it or not, the fact remains that when you sign with a label that's going to help give you that promotion, that is when you have more visibility. Should it be that way? Because I believe I'm the one that says Black people should own more of our culture. We should own our culture, period. There should be Black companies like a 300 instead of Jewish owned 300s. Because a lot of artists need machines. I just don't want them to be white. But the fact is, all these machines are white machines because our people decides to pay into the machines and not create.
So you're saying that the artists should conform so they can get
I never said they should.
That's what you're just saying.
No, okay, I'm not saying that they should. I'm saying that is what happens, and that is what makes them come across my radar.
So this is the problem with that, though. Like, this is the problem with that. A record contract is a loan.
Absolutely.
So it's interest tacked onto that loan, but that interest ain't the money that you think it is. It ain't the money. It's like, all right, I just got signed to Roc Nation, right? Roc Nation might not dick me down, Like not no homo, but like they might not do no dirty shit to me. You feel me? I got to correct that because I don't want niggas to think like this nigga gay.
No, bro, hold on, we grown, man. Niggas
use
playing
that-
that shit.
Yeah, but like it's a loan.
Yes.
So you go in, they say, all right, yeah, we're gonna bring you in.
We gonna give you this
We're gonna
money.
give you
or
this
that,
contract
yeah.
right here. We're gonna bring your partners on. They're gonna be your manager. We're gonna get them an office. They're gonna set up a little small office y'all can work out of with a printer and some bullshit, right? So that right there is already like they might have spent 20 bands. They gonna say they spent 20 bands, right? You get that 20 bands. Then as you keep on accumulating, you bring your more niggas on and you paying for more videos and more videos and more videos.
You get more debt.
Then when you don't hit that 300, it's a little bit more than that. But like when you don't hit that, they want anything 80 and up. But that 80 ain't really no good for real. They want anything like 300,000 and up or 100,000 and up. When you don't hit that 100,000 and up or that 300,000 and up, they give you another album. We're gonna give them one more shot.
Mm-hmm.
Then they tack more interest onto that. So
Yeah.
and then that shit flop. You get what I'm saying? But the problem with you, like what you saying with the machine, why a lot of niggas ain't jumping behind the machine, because some niggas that know the business can go in and get a partnership with a machine. Like
Right.
say a Dave East. He's smart. He know the drug game, so he know the music business.
Or Nipsey Hussle.
Or
who
Nipsey
is
Hussle.
a major,
Right,
yeah.
so they go get a machine, but like some niggas go get that machine because they only going into music for one reason. And I don't give a fuck if it's old or young, they both do it. They only going into it for the money, and they're not going into it for the art.
Because they
do it
don't
for the
have
creativity.
leverage. That's
Yeah.
what business deals are about. Is about leverage, and I understand. I just wish more of the machines were black-owned machines. Because a lot of artists, let's be honest, you need a production team. You need all of these.
That's what we
You
creating
need all
right
these.
now.
Right. You need, and that is part of the
I'm
solution.
going all the way to independent.
And that's a part of the solution. Everybody don't have the resources to do that.
Well, we made this because I met Kurt in the fucking room in the break room getting coffee.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then we just came together. We just we born in the same month. Our energy was the same. I know when to fuck with them. I know when not to fuck with them. You know what I mean? I be telling niggas at work, don't fuck with them today.
Yeah.
You know it.
But
is.
our culture and our music would be way better off if the machines were black-owned machines, in my
But we
opinion.
can't-
That's
No,
what
it's not even
that's
so.
what Nipsey was all about, buying back the
Yeah.
block.
But it's not even all about black because they want their money too. Because, say no names, my man had a contract with Rock Nation. He was like, they was trying to finesse me.
Because they
I
know
don't-
they can.
Because they know they can't.
Well,
because,
if you don't
know,
have no leverage, how you going to do
what
it?
is the leverage?
What you mean? Yeah, some people
But
go
your
into
work,
these deals
this
with
is your
nothing.
work.
Is
Hold
Roc
on,
Nation
no.
black-owned?
It is.
Some,
Sean Carter Enterprises.
No.
I'm
Some
not-
people go into these deals with leverage and some don't. And so the ones with that don't have, like a Nipsey could go into the room and say, "Look, I already sold this many albums. I already
gotta
did
get
this
it.
stuff."
Yeah.
They have more
you
leverage
know
That's
what?
one
than
of-
somebody
that
who's
also
never sold a.
That also comes back to us though, as a consumer too, because it kind of turns into a what came first, the chicken or the egg situation. And the reality of the situation is we have to, as the consumer, as the ones who want to see our black artists have black, we gotta support.
Yeah.
And support, it means that you're gonna have to dig and look for this shit sometimes too. And it's no shade to nobody, but it's like at some point we gotta be willing. We're not gonna get spoon fed like other platforms do.
cultures, no.
Unfortunately, it sucks because a lot of, there are platforms where they just get shit handed right to them. It's right there in front of you, served to you on a platter. You don't really have to put in the work. For us, unfortunately, being black, we got work. So us as the consumer, we got to take some of that on our back too, because, and I'm not to say that you're complaining because I know where you're coming from with this, but a lot of us will hem and haw about how we don't this, and this, but when the shit is there, we're not supporting it like we should, and that's why we're not getting the return that we should on these investments because we're not putting in the work with it. We got to support our own too. So it definitely goes both ways, but I feel where everybody's coming from,
So
to be
like,
honest.
with that being said, I will hope that y'all, and even if y'all don't, I'm still gonna fuck with y'all. Like I really fuck with y'all. You feel me?
Oh no, I was listening to the tape in Sean Carr, so I'm definitely that's going on.
We got a little release party. If y'all ain't got nothing to do, so pull up.
May
We
10th.
got May 18th. Come support. We gonna plug y'all in. If y'all got a banner and y'all wanna hang that motherfucker on the stage throughout the show, we gonna keep saying.
It's the
look,
time.
go
It's
to
like
this
3
Nigga, don't tell us that shit, nigga. We gonna have motherfucking the big heads, all our faces on it with the little.
That's what we gonna do. That's basically what we doing, trying to create our own thing for
Like
black
shit.
culture. That's what we doing right
Yeah,
now.
most definitely. That's
I'm-
love.
Did y'all go to Broccoli City?
Nah, I wish I did though. My tape wasn't out. I was a little nervous.
It was
Okay.
lovely. We had a great time.
He's walking like
These
shit.
niggas was talking about it, but I was just like,
Yeah, bitch, Cass was on fire. I ain't
Hey,
gonna hold you.
if y'all want to go to Broccoli City, have younger friends.
Younger friends, nothing.
My back, my feet.
See, I
my
did a lot of
ankles.
festivals though. So I know
wanna hear that
I
shit.
know these
Yeah,
guys.
Southwest by Southwest. That's the festival. Like you were talking about, like Rocky City Festival is like.
Was any of y'all at Coachella?
No, hell no,
Okay,
hell
just-
no.
just
Herpy
check.
free.
Just checking.
Herpy free.
Yeah, we're poor and
Rocky Fest, they about.
Hey, but why they do something in the water the same week?
That's
I
crazy.
mean, the
Because
same
for
weekend.
real.
that kind of came out of nowhere, to be honest. But
That's fucking crazy. Because
but
I
I
would have
think
much
he
rather.
coincided with like college beach week or some shit like that.
I would have much rather been at something in the water than.
Well, the
Broccoli
first night
Fest. I
got
ain't gonna lie to
canceled,
you.
so
I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Because
care
of
because if you paid for a 3-day festival and the first night got
No, they-
canceled,
I
that'd be
think-
kind
They
of
refunded
I
that
think they
portion.
do.
No, I know,
But
but
Oh,
I'm
was
just
it a
saying-
3-day festival?
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
nah,
it's
that's not even necessarily money. You
Right,
came
right,
up.
right.
What if,
You
what
came
if
up
that
there to
was the
see
day
that
that you
person?
wanted to see
Exactly.
those acts and your
Facts.
night got canceled because of that storm?
Hey,
So-
did you see who they listen?
It was
I would
crazy.
have rather been than to see
was
Lil Wayne
legendary.
stink it up. I would have rather gone to
Lil-
Wow, just
Lil-
mistreat Broccoli City. Goddamn,
Hold
I
on,
mean,
Lil
this nigga-
Wayne.
You stunk it up?
stunk it the fuck up.
Well, he was high.
I'm
as
He
shit.
was
I'll
high.
be honest, y'all. He
didn't-
ain't. I gotta be
stink
careful
it up,
what I
but
say.
he was high as a
Let me
bitch.
just-
No,
Lil
no,
Wayne.
don't-
First of all,
He
this
ain't
is
got
no
it no
dis-
more,
One at a
bro.
time, y'all. One at a
He ain't
time.
got it no more.
He don't.
But
was high
he don't
as a
have to
bitch,
have it. He's reciting the own song.
No,
just a legend.
no, Sean, keep it a buck. He fucked up his own songs by he was like rapping melodies over songs that didn't have like a melodic tone to it. Like he was really fucking his own music up.
Gotcha.
He could have just let it play and it would have been better.
Yeah,
I
I didn't
enjoy
think
no
he was
rapping
high.
that, right? You
I didn't think he
right?
fucked it up. He was
He-
just high as a bitch. I
Top
ain't gonna hold
10.
you. was
He
high as
top
shit.
10.
So
And he not
Look,
10.
look, and I done been to
He-
Jay
he-
shows, and I'm like, Jay staying in one spot and switches fitted.
but it's Jay. You ain't gonna get nothing.
It's Wayne, nigga. Like Wayne.
What did Wayne do?
He had a live band. That joint crank.
Hold on, let me tell you something.
Everybody had a same.
Jay-
Y'all know how I feel
Hold
about
on.
Jay. Y'all
Hold on,
see
Timmy, hold
Kurt
on.
Eyes.
Hold on. Jay, the best rapper alive. Wayne has said the best runner any rapper, excluding nobody.
I don't know.
Can we stay on Broccoli City for
I
a
got it,
second?
I got
Can
it.
we
Wayne,
stay on
no,
Broccoli
when
Fest?
Wayne was in his prime, niggas, he was jumping on
Yes, I'm
niggas'
not
songs and making it his songs.
I'm
like
not
the
taking
whole
away
DJ
Wayne's
Khaled,
prime. I mean Wayne's
no,
past
I-
or his
honestly,
prime.
I'm
I'm
being
not.
I mean personally biased. He was high. They changed the beats up like
He
on
was
the
an hour
songs.
late.
Yeah, he can. He Wayne. He can do that.
Nah.
Still got
No,
that check.
no. You
Well,
can't.
he did it and he still got away with it, so I guess he can do it. So
Yeah, I
I mean,
guess.
Nah.
People are still buying
He
Lauryn Hill
shouldn't do
tickets.
it.
She has one
Not
CD.
me.
Frankie Beverly and Maze have been touring off one CD for 40
Well,
years.
Beyonce-
What they say
Stop that, bro.
about Lauren though? Niggas said Lauren next album gonna be the audacity of Lauren.
No.
One
but-
album and
it's
people are still buying her
gonna be her
tickets.
just going through her purse or record and shit. She don't
But
be showing up for shows. That's
I ain't
terrible.
gonna lie. I'm sick of these celebrities like taking shit that regular people would do. Like they put on a festival, they'll start a podcast or some shit, and then they automatically like
That shit just
take
take
over
off.
that shit. I ain't mad at them
That
because
shit
I do
cap.
the same shit.
They got
but
the platform.
I be pissed low key.
That shit is cat.
Because if I was the dude that started Broccoli City, if Pharrell kept doing my shit in the same week, I'd be like, nigga, you have to see me, bro.
Well, it was one time. So
They
I
got
don't. I
money
think.
regardless.
I think
You
that
see
it
how much
just
money
so
they got?
happened.
One at a time, y'all.
My bad. I think it just so happened. I think Pharrell threw something in the water to coincide with something like College Beach Week or something like that in Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it ended up being the same weekend because you got to think Broccoli City is not necessarily on the same weekend
So was
every
he
single
doing
year.
promotion for Chanel for real? Like that, I know he got that.
This not the
going
first
on.
year for something in the
But
world.
that's
It
what I'm
is.
saying.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I
And
think
it came out of nowhere.
I
like,
think
Yeah.
I think that coincide with Chanel for real. I think he's marketing that Chanel for real brand. And that's
Might be.
maybe
I
why
didn't
he
look
did
too
that.
much
I think he
into
just
it.
wanted to do something for Virginia Beach.
Exactly.
I mean, and
Before
it
he
changes.
said he-
I
I
think
think
it's
it
a
was like
coincidence
Beach Week or
because the
something like
Roots
that.
is never on the Roots picnic is never on the same.
It's
Nah,
some,
that
it's
shit
some
don't
legends
never
that
be
came
whenever
out of
it
that
is.
city.
Hell
Yeah, I think it specifically coincided with like Beach Week or Beach Weekend,
That's
something like that.
messy.
From what I
Christmas.
read,
Christmas.
so it wasn't like, oh, this is the weekend. It's not because Broccoli City more so ties into Earth Day,
Right.
and I don't think that Pharrell did
That's
the same
true.
thing. So I don't anticipate it being on the same weekend every
Every
single
single
year
year.
if he's gonna keep doing it.
Well, we gonna start our own concert series. I ain't talked to them about it yet, but it's called Hood Stock. You know what I mean? I'm just take a bunch of artists like like the J. Cole's of the world that's on the ones that's on the come up like him.
Yeah.
And bring them and let them perform and shit.
Yeah, we.
That's
me,
what I'm trying to do.
like-
Me and the
Speak
select
that
core
shit.
of people, we got a festival coming up. It's gonna be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Black
look out
Fest.
for that.
What's it gonna be called? What's it gonna be
I
called?
can't tell you that because the
Nigga
white man
fest.
going to steal
Okay.
my ideas. You know what I'm saying? you can't tell everybody everything because then like niggas take the name like
Well, since we
shout
plugging
out to
shit,
my
we
three
got
men.
No Disclaimers cookout coming up. So
Yeah, there's
you know
gonna be
what
some
I'm
hoes
saying?
in there,
That
y'all.
sound
I mean,
And it's
niggas
after
for the-
Ramadan, so I can eat.
Yes.
Glizzy's on
It's
deck.
gonna be in June. The confirmed date. We have a confirmed date, but
Oh,
we're
we
not
in
gonna
there.
put the date out. But
Yeah,
No
we
Disclaimers
gotta be there.
podcast
Y'all
cookout.
gotta come show
Whatever
Is
I got
coming.
going on, I'm canceling them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's real
the
shit.
cookout gonna be so lit. It's gonna be a no cell phone party. We gonna have
Yes.
Auntie checking the phones.
We
in
gon-
the room, putting the labels.
We gonna have your
No.
barbecue sauce.
Sweet baby braids,
There we
baby.
go.
Sweet baby braids.
I'm singing a motherfucking barbecue sauce.
have
And
my
ain't nobody
phone.
checking my
I have
motherfucking
kids.
phone. Visitors,
No,
yes. My
this is
phone
a
gonna be
no phone party.
Sweetie,
It's
I'm
gonna be-
somebody's mother. My phone gonna be on this hip at all
Mother,
times.
Nah.
she said with the V.
With the V, mother.
can always go check it.
V-A, oh, shit. I don't
No,
give a
but
fuck
no,
about
look,
video
no,
recording, but my
Sabrina,
phone gonna be on
the
this
thing
hip.
is, it's gonna be so lit, you're not gonna want to check it. You can't really
Nah, we
check.
checking cell
You
phones.
can't really check cell phones.
I'm checking
but, like,
chins. Touch my phone. You catching these hands. It's like, nah. Before we even fucking leave, I wanted to I had like a little bit of a PSA. I kind of wanted to put out there
Go ahead.
before we roll. And I just wanted to throw this out there. This might seem like, even though water technically isn't wet, this might seem like a water is wet ass statement, but it's kind of like resonate with me because of recent events. I just wanted to throw something out there, not to be all, moms against drunk driving, but like real shit. As real people, as real friends, I need y'all to do me a favor. Do not let your fucking friends drive fucked up.
Yeah.
Don't
You know what I'm
encourage
saying? And it just and it's due to a recent event. A couple of friends of mine were friends with somebody who recently, had a very, very horrific car accident. And it's like when you see the lead up to this, now don't get me wrong, because self accountability plays a role in a lot of things. And yes, but I feel like as friends, if you see your friend is fucked up, they falling down, they tumbling, why the fuck would you let them get behind the fucking wheel of a car and think that shit is okay? Like
My mom
as
was killed
friends,
by that, so.
we have to look out for each other. Shit happens. And I saw a video of a guy who was driving down the street and he was behind a guy who was swerving all over the place. This nigga pulled this man over like he was the feds. Like, hey, my man, nah, let me get the keys.
chill
Like,
out.
nah,
Yeah.
he said you need to walk home, park your car, leave your car right. You need to walk home like you swerving, you drunk. The guy was faded. And this innocent bystander, like, dog, I don't want to see you
We
get
need more
hurt.
people like that.
And he was like, nah, and he made that man
coulda
get out
saved
his
his life
car.
that night. You never
I
know.
think he did,
Yeah.
for real, because he made that man get out his car and like, nah, just come back and get your car later. But you need to walk. Like, nah, you can't be driving. And I just feel like people, we gotta look out for each other a little bit more in that aspect.
Y'all just made a good point. Like, niggas, check your niggas. Like,
Yeah.
if that's really your nigga, like, if y'all going out 4D, somebody can take the night off. You got Uber, you got Lyft, like, whatever. Like, me and my friends, like, if I'm the designated driver, and it sounds so crazy because, like, 21, you be like, I'm invincible, I can drive home. I'm like, I know at max I can have 2 beers because I can take this night off. We're drinking. Like, you have other people's lives, like, at stake. Kids, moms, like dads. Like once you take a person's life,
Ain't no coming
there's
back.
no coming back.
And there's too many people dying from
I'm
this
sorry,
shit
and it's not
lately.
temporary. So like, if you are too fucked up, don't drive. Like hit your girl. Like I know, like girls don't be like, hey, come pick me up. We'll come get my car in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So like that's a very good point because I feel like everybody thinks they're kind of invincible. Like it's not me. I'm a drive with 2
And they
hands on the
brag
steering
about
wheel.
it. I've seen people be like, "Oh yeah, man, I be whipping when I'm drunk," and I'm like, "You think that shit cool, yeah?" Because even if you make it, you might fuck somebody else up and ruin their family, their life because of a
that's a good
mistake
point.
that you made.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to be mindful of that. And I just feel like as friends, me, as you know me, I'm not really a big drinker. I'm not 21 no more. Like that shit is over with. For one, I'm a sleepy
You're not a
drunk.
drinker.
My turn up has 2 levels. It's either I'm like, I got a buzz and it's lit, or I'm cooked and I'm asleep.
triad.
And I'm tired of sleeping through people's functions. So no, I might have 1 or 2 max, if that. I'm usually 1 and I'm good. I'm like, I'm chilling because I have a personality. So I don't have to be trash to have fun. Some people need that in order to enjoy themselves. I don't need that, so I'm good. But I'm that person like, nah, I don't want to be fucked up out here. So I don't mind being that person to make sure people get home. But somebody has to like, come on, man. Like it's too many people getting killed behind
we
this
gotta
shit.
be better.
We do.
G.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
I agree with y'all with what y'all saying with that because I lost my mom to drunk driving.
Wow.
So like so what y'all saying is that's some real shit. My aunt was drunk and that my uncle and my aunt had brothers and sisters. They had an argument. My mom tried to stop a guy in the car flipped over. She died. You know what I mean?
Oh, God, I'm
but
so
like
sorry.
so I lived through that. So like that encouraged that, and also what I want to encourage before we get off is black support. black businesses, and get on your mans when he doing some cap shit. Like if your man saying he gonna go shoot up some shit, don't encourage that shit. Bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest part.
Nigga,
Why
you gotta
grown
be
as
on.
fuck, man?
Man, we gotta be on man time.
Yeah.
Like literally, like if you think like you gotta check niggas because honestly, women, and that's the thing is, I realize y'all done to break and give me the same advice, and I kind of like shove it off. But if y'all give me the same advice, that's not cool. Like listen to your woman. Your women want your and your woman is not necessarily your girl. They could be your sisters. They could be your aunt. Women that truly care for you. Women are really out here like looking out for black. Who else are looking out for black men other than black women? You know what I'm saying? So like don't brush that shit off because it's coming from love. You know what I'm saying? And like we really have to like protect each other. Like
the biggest thing is. One thing I want to plug in before we get off here is big because there's a lot of beautiful black women in here. So, like, what I want to plug in is that, remember this, fellas, like, black women are the most disrespected creatures in history. So it's time we got to respect them, you know what I mean? Because they already got to go through so much. They carry babies, they have periods, they got a whole bunch of shit. Plethora of shit. Yeah. So we gotta respect them. And aside from that, man, I just think
we owe up. We owe up, especially to our black.
Go ahead.
We owe up to our black women. Like we mistreat. Like I be thinking like sometimes I'm like, damn, I did Slim dirty. Like why the fuck what I was doing? Like moms, aunts, girlfriends, ex-girlfriends, like being like. We gotta be at the front line, like you know what I'm saying. We have to look out for them how they look out for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
I think that's a good spot. I didn't want to. We'll save that one for next week. I think that's a good place to end. If y'all feel like y'all have anything else. Anything else?
Where can we find your music? Let any platform like plug us in.
It's on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal. Any major SoundCloud, any major platform is there. Amazon. If y'all need to get in contact with me for any appearances and shows, y'all talk to my man Clay.
What's your IG?
The name of the project.
Oh, the name of the
project. It's Rent Due, right? Have you heard of an artist from this area called Big Mackie?
It sounds so familiar.
Big Mackie, he had a mixtape come out like a year or two ago that was called...
let me get a link to his music. I'll check it out.
It
was called Rent Due too?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a mixtape of
So just the project called Rent Due. If y'all need to get in contact with us, we willing to pull up the schools, wherever. Whatever. It don't matter, we there. Just get in contact with Pandemic PR, and then we'll go ahead and take care of that.
May 18th, the release party, Red Lounge, come through.
And that's in DC, right?
So, right on 14th and you, right next to Martin.
Don't mute DC. It's right next to that.
Hey, you hear me? For Sugar Dill me. For Sugar Dill.
Okay, that was enough.
Thank y'all so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. For another episode of No Disclaimers Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, what's good? If you're listening on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts, thank you so much. Y'all be listening so expeditiously, okay? The listeners be popping, okay? The viewers, we waiting on y'all to catch up to the listeners, but the listeners be popping, okay? I know y'all be in the car rocking to Sweet Baby Bray on a lovely Monday morning at 9 o'clock. I know y'all be anticipating it because y'all be clicking like shit. No, you got the sauce too. You be dripping.
I'm on the show too.
I'm just here, accompanying these two queens.
He just here so he won't get fined.
I'm just an accessory. Right. They the phone, I'm the Bluetooth earpiece. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Get your weekly sauce. Hey, y'all, I be feeling a little off when we don't do a show. Like when we have a bye week. Because we don't tell them when we have a bye week, but we just be having bye weeks and stuff. Yeah. But I be feeling off. Like I really be missing y'all for real. Like not y'all, but I'm speaking to the listeners and the viewers.
Miss us.
I mean, I was speaking. I'm not saying I don't miss y'all, but I'm saying I was speaking to my people out there. I love you. If you listening right now to the sound of Sweet Baby Bray, I love you.
Oh my God.
Nigga, this is not, you're not Donnie Simpson.
That has been No Disclaimers Podcast.
Close this shit out.
Have a great day.
Y'all like that shit.
You thought you was Donnie Simpson or some shit.
I love you.
Right. Donnie Simpson Show.